Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2 for the year. The series proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and, of course, the good people at Race Command for delivering the quality service required to bring this all together here tonight at ASRNZ. I'm Davo. As usual, I've got my two co-commentators by my side in J-Man and Rusty Shackelford. Welcome aboard tonight, guys.
Yeah, good evening, Davo. Good evening, Rusty and viewers. How are we, guys?
Good evening, guys. Good evening, all. Yep, very good. Very much looking forward to this. Brands Hatch, one of my personal favourites. It's got to be the best hot lapping track in the game, I think. One of those tracks where you can just do lap after lap on your own, doesn't have to be in a race, and still find it enjoyable, still find ways to crash in new wonderful ways that you didn't experience before.
Yes.
So definitely a highlight track for mine.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more, Rusty. It is a very, very good hot lapping track, all 3.9 kilometres of it, and 9 turns and some very, very high commitment, high lateral loading turns, the likes of Hawthorns, and then also Sheen Curve and Stirling's 3 corners that you're probably going to hear us call a little bit tonight, especially if we add a little bit of precipitation, lads, which could well be on the cards. We are in the UK after all.
Yep, typical English summer's day, J-Man, at the moment at Brands Hatch. It looks a little bit smoggy, a little bit foggy, it's a little bit wet and a little bit dry all at the same time. It's only in England can you find weather like that.
Yeah, so, hey, look, format tonight for the viewers is a super sprint round. Rusty, I think you've just finished the driver briefing with the 37 drivers that are 38, apologies, Riley Price late to the server. Rusty, you want to give us a little bit of detail around what is the format tonight? What does a super sprint entail?
Well, first thing to mention is, of course, here at ASRNZ, we run limited tyre sets for every round. So this weekend, you'll have 6 sessions that the drivers will have to navigate from start to finish. 3 qualifying sessions, 3 race sessions, 2 20-minute races, 1 30-minute race. The 20-minute races are for half points, 30-minute races for full points. 4 sets of tyres only at the disposal of each driver. Now, of course, that is somewhat in the air at the moment, depending on whether or not we get any rain. As you know, unlimited wet tyre sets will be on offer for the drivers, so that will negate things to an extent if they have 1 or 2 wet sessions in amongst the dry sessions. However, 4 sets of tyres, super sprint rounds, that's how we roll here on these occasions. They can get a little bit hectic. A couple of changes from last year, if you don't mind me mentioning. Last year we did have compulsory pit stops in these rounds. This year, flag to flag in every sense of the word. From green to checkered, no stop, keep going. It's basically go as fast as you can every single lap until the end.
Yeah, good stuff. And Davo, you got something to give information-wise on the graphics there I see on the screen, as we probably need to pick up.
Yeah, no, look.
So we have got 15 cars out on track, and they're halfway through the first part of this qualifying session.
We will touch base quickly on what the good people from MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command are delivering for this series here at ASRNZ for their 2024 GT3 Series 2. There is prizes, people. Random prizes, giveaways, prizes, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of each evening on race nights, we will be giving away random gift cards to any of the boys that are, applicable to any of the boys that are in attendance on the night, as well as a end of the year giveaway. Again, not performance-based stuff. Look, this is spin of the wheel sort of stuff. So literally anyone could win it. You don't have to be the fastest guy out on track to win a prize here at ASRNZ. So awesome stuff. And tonight we'll be kicking it off. At the end of tonight's race, there'll be a prize giveaway, but it'll be a prize giveaway for the best custom skin in the series, ladies and gentlemen. So one to look forward to at the end. So stick around after the racing's finished and see who has won that best custom skin or livery prize at the end of the night tonight. And let us get to the
Yeah,
racing, ladies and gentlemen.
Minute left to go, viewers, with this quali. Apologies for not picking up on these Pro-Am classes, but it is round one and we have got a lot to get through on these race nights. So however, we won't sell you short next week to you guys out there, first 15 cars. Now, Louis van der Venter was in the 99 BMW, was the first car out on track tonight, guys, and went out there and banked a lap early, pressed on, and found himself at the top of the tree early, and has managed to stay there in the interim. There are some pretty heavy deltas. Jason Bentz, aka Richo, showing his hand in the 100 car. That is the JPS replica Bentley, Davo. So a car that you and I both have seen plenty of times over the years in sim racing and in real life, and quite the fans ourselves.
Yes, definitely, J-Man. Stunning looking car. And again, one of these fantastic looking custom painted cars here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we wind down for the first qualifying. Two-tiered qualifying as usual here at ASRNZ in the 2024 GT3 Series 2. Just wrapping up the AM and Pro-Am part of this qualifying. And
that's right, Davo. And the pros and silvers have just left pit lane now. So currently the way it works, any Pro-Ams and AMs who are not on a hot lap or an invalid lap, they must get off the racing line, reset to pits immediately. The AMs and the Pro-Ams on a hot lap, they can finish their hot lap now.
Yep, Martin was on a good lap late. The piece there takes him to provisionally P4. So very, very good lap there. So effectively, right at the minute, guys, we do have what would be classified, I think, Pro-Am on top, followed by Van der Venter out of the AM class, and then I think
So Ben snuck up to one there, J-Man. Van der Venter in provisional second, and Daniel Kim in provisional third position in the first tier of qualifying.
Mind you, only a 10th separating the top four
already.
In the Pro-Am and AM split. So look, that's going to be a juicy competition. We were just speaking before the broadcast, before we went live tonight, J-Man, about just how hot the competition is in some of these other classes. You know, the pro class tend to get all the limelight and the love and the glory, but here at ASRNZ, we're very proud of the fact that our AM class is incredibly competitive, our Pro-Am class is incredibly competitive. We're going to see some great battles.
Absolutely, Rusty. Mid-pack is exceptional race. That is where the party's at. Particularly in these bigger races. So, yeah, look, good turnout tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as well. What have we got on there, boys? 39 drivers turning up for the first round here in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. So, great turnout tonight. Yeah.
And the Warbird, John McDonald in the 27 BMW, I believe, is the first of this next tier to get out there and start cracking on with his hot lap. He's actually on his lap at the moment. So critically in the lap, in this 3.9 kilometre lap, as I mentioned, those turns, Sheen, even Paddock Hill, Ben, turn one, easy to get a track cut out there, easy to get a track cut around the mid phase of the lap, around through Sheen's curve or even Sterling's. Hawthorne's is another one. Easy to let the car float out right. You're leaning on the two left-hand tyres
a lot.
Very heavily for a long portion of the lap.
Yep.
So yeah, John McDonald, we see him come through Sterling's at the moment, and he just tips it in, heading down to down Clearways to Clark Curve to round up the lap and see what this actually delivers on his first fly. I was watching John earlier in the wet. He's a little bit wide on the exit of Clark Curve there. That would have compromised his run. He's going to certainly set up for another lap, because he was well and truly outside. So that sees him go provisional 10, so he'll be looking for a lot more than that. Matty T, on the other hand, guys, 24.5. So good banker for Matty T. Matty Dayton also. The tree is alight, boys. Henderson.
The track is fast, by the way, at the moment. It has dried significantly from practice, so we're looking at a fast qualifying session.
Yeah, Antoon, no secret there, gone to the top. Vic Chan, closely shadowed. Identical times, guys. 1:24.025 for the top two cars.
Wow.
How's that?
It's amazing how often Vic does that, isn't it? He seems to always have these situations.
So I'd like to see what the deltas are. Okay, so Vic owns Sector 2, Sector 3, and Antoon owns Sector 1 heavily by nearly 2/10, sorry, and then very, very close through Sector 2, Sector 3. So
Steve
wow.
Rees has just dropped in a 100th behind them too in P3.
It's very tight, very tight. Obviously, equaling times, matching times 1 and 2 provisionally at the moment. But look, Brand's very flowy track, high average speed. Now, most of the high average speed tracks you do see very close lap times, and we are seeing that again here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Tell you
luck
what's
from
gonna
Aerosmith. Sorry, Rusty.
Oh, no, you're right. I was just going to say, what it does highlight with these super sprint rounds in our new qualifying format, each set of classes only having 7.5 minutes. As you know, here at ASRNZ, if you reset to pits during qualifying, that's the end of your qualifying session. If you want to make setup changes, tyre pressure changes, we do ask that you go to pit lane first. And that really gives opportunity, I think, for the people who put the work in during the week, get the practice done, know your car, know the conditions, know the setup tweaks that you'd need to make in changeable conditions. Because really, you don't really have a lot of time to fire it back in, and on cold days like this, get the tyres warmed up in their operating window again. So, you know, the top of the tree will be the people, I think, who have just done a little bit of work to prepare.
Yeah, now Antoon banking a better lap the next one around. We just spoke of the equal lap times for 1 and 2. However, he has gone 6 and a quarter tenths better, I believe. Hang on a sec. 23.3, played 24.0. Absolutely, he's certainly wound the wick up on the Honda. Has Phil Antoon. Expect Rees, Webley, and co to try and challenge that as well. However, I think from memory, Chan was top of the tree in official practice. Not by the smallest of margins, but we just spoke. Maddie T went and banked the lap pretty early to go top of the table. She's currently sitting
P8.
7th. Yeah, gets popped down to 8th. T-Fam in there as well. So deltas are alike. Vic Chan on a very, very good number, and he's about to cross the line nearly half a second up. What does that do for him? We'll get close, but not close enough.
As Dayton goes P2 and pit by Chan down to P3. Mitch Campbell P4. Steve Rees P4. It's all happening.
It is a light, I tell you. McDonald was, as I mentioned, the first car out. Where does that situate him at the moment? Currently P19.
T-Fam to see you.
T-Fan going 3. Yeah, top of the silver runners there, I believe, T-Fan.
Yeah, parks it with 49 seconds to go. That's all she ran. Maybe that's all the fuel that the car had in it was that. Maddie Dayton's parked it. Rees on a slightly better lap, but the big numbers coming from Vic Chan. It's got traffic and Costas Macrolos in front of him, I believe. Yeah, and then Aaron Enright up the road from there as well. So it's going to get busy towards the mid phase of this lap.
Macrolos potentially with enough pace not to interrupt Chan's progress there, though, J-Man, as they just come through that final left-hander. And these guys will run across the line here in quick succession.
John Carter's currently on a good one, looking like just knocking on the door of a top 10, currently P18.
Chan with almost a bit of draft towards the end of the lap here, J-Mans and Rusty.
That's all she wrote. Who is still on the lap?
We got Hendo still out there. Hendo, winner of the Enduro on Monday night over at Rainline Racing with a stellar job at Spa in some trying conditions too, so one to watch out for.
Carter just loses a little time in the last turn there. He would have been very close to pipping Shane Fodderno. Slots him just behind.
So Hendo and both Stu Aerosmith on the better side of the Delta at the moment. So green showing there, and I think Phil Antoon managed to make it round it to carry on. He did. He has got Gunther Rowe just up the road in front of him, and probably not likely to yield because Rowe. Where is Rowe sitting at the moment? Okay, he's P17, down a 10.
He was on a legal lap though, so has no requirement to move over.
Hendo with a half a second. What does this do for Hendo? Okay, it's dropped a bit.
This will put him in the top 5, possibly. He did bleed a little bit on that last corner, though, J-Man.
Yeah, P7 on a 23.7, still a great lap, but 23.2 from Phil Antoon is a mega lap over Vic Chan's 23.3, 23.5 for Rees. Maddie T with a 23.5. She came good in the end, boosted herself up from somewhere around 8th, I think, Rusty, we called. Yep. And then T-Fam 23.7, 23.7 Dayton, 23.7 Hendo, 23.8 Campbell, 24.0 Aerosmith, and a 24.0 Mitchie Haas. Wow, what an epic qualifying.
Absolutely. The boys, the cars just plonked on the grid there, and I do notice a little bit of precipitation, gentlemen. So it looks like we might have a wet start to the race here for race 1 in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. It is a super sprint round here for the first round. Kicking things off here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, series proudly sponsored and broadcast to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment, and of course supported by Race Command. And yes, without Race Command, none of this would be happening. So we must thank the good people over at Race Command for putting this together and getting us all on track on some stellar service and plenty of technical support from those guys. So we must thank them as always.
Just want to quickly mention, Davo, going down the qualifying session totem pole, Jason Bentz, nice first up performance in the Pro-Am class. Currently the top Pro-Am qualifier, P20 overall, first in class. Vaughan Martin followed 4 positions further back, 3 positions further back at P23, followed by Steve Wilton, Riley Price, Sharks and Nash. Those are your top 5 in the Pro-Am class. Your top Am qualifier, Louis van der Venter, P21, very impressive. His nearest rival is Neville Shields, way back in P30, followed by Kenny, Mark Herbert, Phil Turner and Phil Davidson renewing their battle. Of course, Phil Turner coming back as the defending Am champion from last season. So a bit of work to do to get started off on the right track, but yeah, it's a long season ahead. I think 10 rounds this year as opposed to 8 in season 1. So yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah, no, good. Yeah. Plenty of racing to come, like you mentioned there, Rusty, with the 10 rounds this season. You know, plenty to get your teeth into. You know, it's a bit of a long game. Varying different formats in the racing. Obviously, we've got the sprints and the super sprint here tonight at Brands Hatch, and obviously the enduro, which is a little bit of a mini enduro for these guys. Cars now gridded up, a little bit of rain going on there, but look at that field, boys.
How'd you like to be a tyre iron right now, guys? The frantic movement of changing from wets to slicks to wets.
As you see these guys just bouncing up and down a little bit, you see the cars bouncing up and down as these guys in and out of their setups, just making sure they've got everything exactly way they want it. Possibly changing some tyre pressures there, gents, with obviously the look of rain on for this first race here.
Yeah, hey, look, 20-minute race, this first one. Obviously, we are in a super sprint round. We've got 2 20s and a 30 as far as the race format's concerned, as Rusty pointed out earlier. So, given the look at my weather widget, rain reducing in 10 minutes, but then increasing in 30, one could declare this very much a wet race. I would think there wouldn't be too many people out there on anything but a wet tyre, guys.
Yeah, it's a tight, fast, twisty track. It is difficult in the wet when it's not rubbered up here, because you do have so many kind of those off-camber turns, those blind crests, J-Man. It's a little bit of a roller coaster effect here, and you know, you want to have good cornering grip, don't you, when around Brands Hatch, really, and that's going to be wanting in these conditions. So just want to quickly mention too, qualified down in P16. It's nice to see the return of, you know, one of our favourites here at ASRNZ, Sam Carson, who's back.
Good to see
Carson
back.
Yeah, and we know he's pretty competent in the wet. So this is his first round back for quite some time. I suspect a little bit of rust, but the longer that this stays wet, you watch, the more he'll improve. and the further up the totem pole he'll go. So he's one to keep an eye on. It's currently
Oh,
starting
look,
at P6.
I tell you, he's another one to keep an eye on, and I did mention him just a few minutes ago, is Nathan Henderson Hendo
Yeah.
in the Aston Martin.
Very handy in the wet.
Off the back of a stellar win over at the Rain Light Racing community at Spa in very similar conditions. So he knows how to pedal that Aston in the rain. Definitely one to watch, I think, here tonight, as well as the boys are out on their formation lap here at Brands Hatch. It is round 1 in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Stellar field here tonight. Loads of custom paint jobs out there, and we will be giving away a prize at the end of the night for the best painted car in the series here. The winner receiving $100 for their efforts in putting...
Worth going to work with the paintbrush off season, guys.
Isn't
'cause
it
I tell you
what? Isn't it
Yeah,
what?
absolutely. And look, Davo and myself spent a fair amount of time going through that and deliberating last night. It was a lot of fun, Davo, and looking forward to announcing that later.
Absolutely, as they round the final corner here, just gridding up, lining up for this, the first round in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2 here at Brands Hatch. Wet track, very much a wet race, good formation so far. We are about to go green, and there it is. Antoon leading the way with Chan with a great jump in the Boatley. T-Fam just shuffled back, good clean start, little bit of touching, a little bit about contact there from Gunther Rowe back, about 6 odd rows. The normal carnage is to be expected here at Brands into 2. It's looking pretty tidy so far as the field files through.
Reese off.
Yeah, Reese have a little bit of hip and shoulder from Matty T down at turn 3 there, coming down. Hawthorne.
It cost him dearly. He's lost a lot of positions.
So Reese, another one very handy in these conditions, and in one of the Aston Martins. British car, British track. Down the hill into the right-hander. So Reese losing a couple of positions there. That's allowed Arrowsmith up, I think, and also Hendo as well, sneaking up there. T-Fam holding his own in 4th position. So Phil Antoon, Vic Tan, Matty T, T-Fam, Henderson, Stu Arrowsmith, Rees, Mitch Campbell, Dayton, and Webley rounding out the top 10 so far. Good clean start, a little bit of hip and shoulder as to be expected, but yeah, good clean.
Yeah, Mitchie Haas down 3 spots there. Just saw him and Shane Fodado just struggling for real estate now, and it's actually just allowed John Carter to go through as well.
He's been swamped a little bit, Haas. He was under the pump from the race start there.
Aerosmith with a good start, 3 positions gained in lap 1. However, he's under attack from Steve Rees.
Rees immediately, and who's that tucked in behind? Mitch Campbell. Campbell looking speedy in one of the Ferraris there. Another stellar looking car, J-Man and Rusty, and he is giving Arrowsmith all sorts of heat immediately. It's Arrowsmith having to cover there to keep Mitch Campbell in check.
Shallow line there as they come up through Surtees isn't so bad, because you really do want to be on the inside of that corner. So there's a horrible bump.
Up under the bridge and down through, is it Druids there, J-Man?
With Mitchie Campbell, no, that's basically Hawthorne Hill up into Hawthorns, and then through the Derek Minder straight into Westfield, Dingledale, and then out into Sheen. So the danger area realistically here, Davo, they are heavily loaded to the left.
Yeah, so plenty of lateral load through the back section of this track here. Plenty going on, ladies and gentlemen. Quick fire racing tonight here. Good clean start in trying conditions. Who is that making a move just tucked in behind Hendo there? It was Arrowsmith. Looks like Dayton
he's
and
in a battle.
Arrowsmith.
He's in a battle with,
Campbell's
with,
got it
with
done.
Mitchie Campbell, and Matty Dayton's pretty fired up as
So,
well. And
so
Webley.
Campbell made it stick there, Rusty, like you mentioned, and now Dayton looking to go with. That is Brandon Webley just tucked in behind there in the Marlborough-inspired liveried Mustang. Webley, another fierce contender and definitely up for a championship position here.
Fierce and fearless, I'd suggest, because I've been riding on board with him for about a lap and a half now, and he's flirting with death every lap on the runoffs and the curbs on exit. He really likes to take every inch of track available to him, even if it means, momentarily losing it for a split second before regaining controls. We just see that, just in those little moments there, you can see, look how close he is to the grass. He's really pushing that Mustang.
So I think
Great entertainment.
Yeah, it's great entertainment. The Mustang won it particularly good over the curbs there, Rusty. So yeah, look, he's
in the wet though.
He's
risky.
using the dynamics that is available to him with that Mustang. The Mustangs have showed some great strength since they've been introduced into the platform, and yes, we've seen them up the
Big
pointy
incident,
end.
Aaron
So
Enright. Aaron Enright, 96 car, gone well back. I was about to comment on Wilton and Moss being down 14 positions, but just picked up on the back end of Aaron Enright and another car. Didn't quite see who it was.
It's the sister car, Phil Turner, the other Red Bull entry, and it looks like there was just a little confusion there in regards to a redress, so could be looking at a racing incident.
Yeah, Enright actually letting that car roll back out onto the circuit, which has caused a little bit of a pile up there as we just picked that up in the replay. So yeah, unfortunate there.
Oh,
A bit unawares, and so like you said, the sister car as well getting tangled up in that. So yeah, these boys must be very conscious of getting onto the brakes and just really controlling that car. We see that car now roll into the pit lane.
I'd suggest Rate Control will be having a look at that one after the race.
No doubt. Now, this battle up the top here, this T-Fam, Henderson, Rees, Campbell, Arrowsmith battle. Look at this group of cars. It looks like they're on a formation lap, the way they are literally nose to tail. That is also Dayton and Webley just tucked in behind that. So a massive train of cars in the top 10 there.
Look, they've all got word that, if you make a podium, you've got a potential chance to talk to the three of us. So they're all racing for it. Matty wants it, but they're all lining up for it. And also, I just want to shout out that Antoon had pulled the gap out to 1.6 seconds, but
Fam
responded, and that is now only half a second up the top.
Oh, look, forces Fam to run wide. That's shuffling the field. Campbell
Fam's around behind, Webley off. Starting to get a little bit loose here a few laps in.
Yeah, tell you what, Mitchie Campbell looks racy, mate.
He does.
Very good.
Yeah, look, really took advantage of Rees just napping there after that little bit of a shuffle in position with Rees, with Fam going off in T1.
Aerosmith grabbed Rees also.
Just looks to me like Campbell has so much more car control compared to the cars around him. I don't know if it's a setup thing or if his tyres are in the window, if he's pressured up a little bit.
I
thought that Rusty, I thought just when they all came through there, the way that he came through Druids turn 2 looked like that thing was gripped up laterally.
Also, Frodo past Webley just in the background there, ladies and gentlemen. So we will get over the back wing of Hendo's Aston Martin here, and you can see that train of cars. A couple of the boys dropped off there, with Fam obviously disappearing in T1, and then a little bit of a shuffle of positions through 2 and 3. But the battle continues between those 5 cars: Henderson, Campbell, Arrowsmith, Rees, as they run down to T1 again. Frodo and Webley still at it.
Yeah, Roe Robinson
a little.
Okay, so Webley going backwards, Fam back through. I wonder whether that was a redress between
Mitchie Campbell, Nathan Henderson.
Campbell, Henderson, can he make it? Can Campbell make it live on the outside? Henderson giving him some space, and Campbell through.
Others.
So Aerosmith,
Covers down a
that
Smithy.
is Aerosmith. Yeah, well, he's had to cover because Aerosmith's thinking, oh, well, I want to come with, and right amongst it there, Carter over Webley as well. We're also seeing Brad Robinson dropping a couple of positions to Gunther Road.
Oh,
and Jason
Aerosmith, a little
Bent
bit of
as
gizzing
well.
on Henderson.
And that's
Rees
that.
gets
He,
through.
look, and he suffered for that too because Rees through.
I was just about to say, Davo, the danger of racing in these little types of packs, if you come unstuck for one, you can often find yourself losing 2, 3, 4 positions on one hit.
Very much so in this pack, yeah. But look at that. Look who went to the front. Mitchie Campbell. We've got just over 11 minutes to go.
So Hendo had a little bit of a slip there as well. So that's allowed Rees in front of Henderson as well there, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty going on up here at the back end of the top 10. And this battle continues. Only, what do we got? A little over 10 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Quick fire racing here for round 1 at Brands Hatch in the ASRNZ 2024 GT3 Series 2. 10 minutes to go.
Carson shows the nose on Mitchie Haas down into Paddock Hill Bend, turn 1. Had a big look, got out of it. So Sam Carson, he's on the move also. What's his status? Okay, Carson's up 2 position. We commented Jason Bentz, aka Richo, starting out of P20. Rusty, you did at the top end of the broadcast. He is up 4 positions to B15.
Having a hell of a drive. And Vaughan Martin going with him, actually. Vaughan Martin's up a few positions himself, up into P18, trying to chase him down. So.
Challenging multi-time champion John McDonald in the Warbird BMW. And then he has got Danny Kim in tow behind him. Now, we saw Danny Kim have a fantastic drive earlier in the week, Davo, didn't we? So
yes,
he's got a spot of form at the moment as well.
Oh, so we've got another one off up ahead. It looks like John Carter rejoining the tracks. Lost positions. He's about to be taken by Benz.
Carter off and back on. We can pick that up quickly on a replay. So that's Webley just tucked in behind Carter at the time. Maybe a little bit of gizzing going on there. It's put Carter into the sand. Carter keeping it pointing in the right direction, but loses 3 positions for his efforts.
Looks like Rees has ranged right up onto the back of Mitch Campbell here as well.
I've been watching that, and he looks good. So Mitchie, tyre phasing may be a factor here, Rusty, as we see that replay move there. But yeah, tyre phasing very much could be a factor here with just over 9 minutes to go. And Rees looks like his are in the sweet spot right now. We talked about Mitchie looking like his were really, really good.
Looks like, yeah, they've just flipped poles, haven't they, here?
They have. Gap at the front. Sort of, it's ebbed and flowed, but it's currently sitting at 2.5 seconds. So Antoon
T-Fam having a big look on Fododo. Give each other space. You don't want to be out there too wide, Shano.
And Shano's loud fam through. I don't think he wanted to force the issue there. Was clearly wide on the corner. And
smart racing.
Yeah, definitely. Good work from both drivers there. Nice clean stuff, as we would expect here from the boys at ASRNZ. Shane Fododo actually running in the officially sponsored MATCHFIT Entertainment car. Another stunningly painted car there. And thank you, Shane Fododo, for supporting the MATCHFIT Entertainment group in the Mustang.
Oh, we're going to need a replay. We're going to need a replay on Kenny Simpson, Davo. Kenny Simpson, I was just riding on board. He's chasing down. He's done an incredible job to chase down Louis van der Venter, leader, currently running P2 in the AM class, and just got it all sorts of hairy. Absolutely fantastic. Save of the year.
Good battle form now from Webley. Back to... Oh, Webley drive cursed him. He's just had a lose. Got it sideways and actually paved the way for Mitchie Haas.
And that's
I believe it was Sam Carnstow
and
Jason
as well.
Bentz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, is Webley going? He's gone. Oh. Parked it down the escape road, gone back to pits, pulled the pin. He's had enough of that.
Bentz past Carson now, up into P12. Jason Benz.
So
top pro-am
yes,
runner.
yeah. So Ben's moving forward rapidly there, ladies and gentlemen. Newcomer
Definitely
to
looks strong.
ASRNZ and a newcomer to AC as well, mind you. So doing a stellar job. Clearly got some talent. Hitting the ground running in the Bentley, the JPS inspired Bentley there, and starting to range up on the back of Mitchy Haas in the V powered McLaren there, ladies and gentlemen.
So Faraday back through on TFAM too, guys. That just happened just previously off camera. So we saw Fam with the nice move up the inside at Surtees, getting it done, and then yeah, it's been reversed again. So Faraday back up to P9. Good little battle straight in behind with Mitchy Haas and Jason Bentz.
Absolutely.
Who we were just talking about. So
McDonald losing a few positions there to Macrolos, Huddy, Jacques, and Vaughan Martin in the last lap as well.
yeah, Martin got a good turn of speed on at the moment. Him and Danny Kim pressing on, both made 6 positions, but also Damien Jones, Jarkus, in the OG ASRNZ car. Pretty cool livery this
in the
one.
Lambo, yes.
Yeah, got a few
Tagging
old
along.
quotes from you and I and Farmer and some of the other MATCHFIT family on that car. And who was that went off
That's
behind him?
Huddy.
And Macrolos
And
joins him.
Macrolos.
Struggling for traction up through the left-hander of Surtees.
Gee, the boys in the production van don't have any time for pineapple fritters tonight. They don't know which battle to focus on at the moment.
It's a
They're
bit
happening
tough,
up and
mate.
down the grid.
Yeah, so look,
we're
unforced
gonna get
error from both of those, Huddy and Macrolos. Macrolos going off in sympathy for Huddy there. So, yeah, a couple of, look, the mistakes are starting to wriggling. Bentz past Haas and Carson. Bentz now into 11th.
Oh, we got another one off.
So I think that was Mitchy Haas off, which has allowed Robinson, Carson, and Bentz through. So TFAM looking hungry in behind Faraday.
Henderson Rees, I tell you what, Hendo, this tyre phasing thing might be well and truly back in fact because he's right in there as well. And the gap at the top had actually shrunk. Now it's growing out again. And Vic Chan is in all sorts of trouble because he's got Matty right on his tail now. So plenty of sting left in the tail here with under 4.5 minutes left to go.
Is this a fuel saving situation we're looking at here?
Oh, potential mistake. I'm just trying to pick up on the lap time. The last one round wasn't too bad, but I suspect that this one will be the one that gives us the...
Because you're right, Jamie. Matty T is very much in the game here for P2. Very much.
Oh, and who is that? I saw on the infield. That very much looked like maybe the Scotty Rivers car in a spot of bother there. The Lamborghini, the 717 car, just recovering.
Yeah, so Vic Chan definitely coming back to Matty T there as Phil Antoon runs away with the lead as we speak. Jason Bentz, TFAM, and Shane Faraday now in a bit of a threesome that has bunched up somewhat. Obviously, the TFAM and Shane Faraday battle's been going on the whole race, but now Jason
Look at it.
coming into the fray right down at the end of the race, at the business end of the race here. Like we mentioned, Jason Bentz new to ASRNZ and new to AC. So really hitting the ground running here in the number 100 JPS liveried Bentley. Good work from Richo. Hendo on Reese
Faraday
as well.
taking some alternative lines here, Dave.
Yeah,
I think TFAM's starting to get a little bit impatient here.
Alternative
And,
lines. I like that. It's a very PC way of saying a little loose.
A little loose.
Shout out to Steve Melling and the Valvoline Mustang as well. He is, at this point of the race, the biggest mover and shaker, up 13 positions in this race.
Wow. Top effort from Steve-O there. The action is in the mid-pack at the moment, as we have learned to expect. And again, Faraday a little bit wide. Opens the door to Fam. Fam's through.
Bentz is coming.
Carson's latched on too now.
And old Carsto. Hey, we haven't seen Carsto for a while. He goes, I'm back, baby. Here we are. And he's going to take Bentz.
Yeah, he got the run.
Oh,
And
Wow.
Brad
Like we
Robinson
mentioned
just
before.
tucked in the back a shot there too. He
Yeah.
wants a bit of this at the back end.
oh, it's relentless at Brands Hatch. Like we mentioned before, in these little packs, it's so easy to, if you find yourself on the outside, you lose 2, 3, 4 positions in one hit.
Very quickly, and particularly in these sort of conditions
Fams wide.
Fams wide again. It's been struggling with
Alternative
T1
line.
there. Alternative
Fotado
line,
down the inside,
Fotado looking. And look at that bunch of cars in behind him as we look over the rear wing of T-Fam's car. That's Bence over Carson, the Carson over Bence.
yeah.
Bence, these two guys going at it.
And can tell you now that Hendo's back in touch with Stephen Reese as well. So Steve Jr. up there in 5th position, Hendo in 6th. So another strong performance out of the Hendo 31 car racing out of the OES stable. Doesn't mind a bit of water.
No, nice work. Danny Kim taking a
John
position
Carter.
from Carter as well
Yep.
in that last lap as well, ladies and gentlemen.
So if this is anything to go by for the season ahead, guys, just to talk about the competitiveness we're looking at here.
Wow.
In the silver class, Henderson and Aerosmith, 6th and 7th. You've got Pham and Fotado, 9th and 10th. That's in the silver
Sorry to
class.
interrupt. Look, Pham and Fotado side by side.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful piece of driving for both of them. Bence still in this, and Carson's still side by side. How long's Carson and Bence been going side by side?
Oh, look, for a lap and a half or so, Bence, look, trying to focus on what's going on in front of him, but he is being peppered
Yeah,
from
look,
behind
he just lost a good 3 spots then.
the leader on the final lap now. So
this is an
plenty
angry
going
pack,
on. It is
This Pham to Bence pack. This is the last lap now.
It's
This is
full
gonna
on,
get
isn't
spicy,
it?
I think. Yeah.
I mean, you look at it. Mitchie Haas, Brad Robinson in there also. That is just an epic. And I think just behind them, that was that Carter Kim battle as well.
battle
So they're
going
actually
on as
ranging
well.
up. You're going to run out of time, but
But
they're
hey,
still
look,
in there.
Look, just to look at the gap between those cars, it may as well be the back end of the first lap. So these guys going at it, still pulling like a teenager. Look
also,
at that.
Okay, so Phil Antoon just about to come up and catch the back of the pack, which is effectively be, I think he is ranging on, I think
that's Nash and Green.
Yeah, I think it's Tim Nash and Darren Green. Congratulations, as we just see Phil Antoon cross the line, P1. Vic Chan brings it home in 2nd. Matty T actually did a great job there, P3. Mitchie Campbell holds off Steve Rees at the back end, and then Hendo holds off Stewie Aerosmith, Matt Dayton.
And then here comes this angry pack of T-Fam in 9th. Shane Fotado. And the cars roll across the line in quick succession. We'll let that leaderboard equalise there. Van der Venter in 20th with Makalos tucked in behind there by the looks of it. Steve Melling, like you mentioned, making some massive gains throughout to pop that car in, I think about 24th or something, J-Man.
Yeah, he was chasing down Jordan Moss.
Just tucked in behind the Jordan Moss, which is the official race command McLaren there as well. Phil Turner in 29th, Turbot in 30th, Darren Green in 31st, and the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Nice work from Melling there, just celebrating.
Yeah, he's pretty happy, and he's tyres. We talked about 4 sets of tyres, gentlemen. Not really a factor here tonight. Unlimited wet, so no real pressure on the slick usage of tyres. But what a fantastic race for the opener. I tell you what, 20 minutes. It's not a lot of time out there, and it really felt like that too, gentlemen, with these guys and girls just absolutely going hell for leather there. Heaps of passing and in trying conditions too, so well done to them all.
Absolutely, and that is only race 1. We have another 2 yet to come, another one just like that coming up in a few moments' time as the boys just catch their breath and just have a bit of a debrief and have a bit of a think and maybe having a little bit of a throw in the spanners at the cars just to tune that little bit extra out of them. But yeah, that's a wrap for race 1 in round 1 at ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. We're going to throw to a break. Don't go anywhere. Hit the like and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's official coverage of the ASRNZ 2024 GT3 Series. Proud, brought to you and broadcast by the good people, which is us here in the comms box at MATCHFIT Entertainment, and of course Race Command for delivering all the technical support and some to make this all happen. This series here at ASRNZ, we have got giveaways, prizes, people. So stick around for that. We'll talk about more about that later. But we are back in qualifying for race 2, and ladies and gentlemen, I think it's still raining. And as the Pro and Pro-Am guys get out on track for the first tier of qualifying, gents.
Yeah, Danny Kim, first car out on track for this second phase or second qualifier of 3 of the night. So Danny Kim in the 61 car out there.
Showing up as a pro on the totem pole, but I don't think that's correct, right?
No. That's
Pro-Am, not Am.
Little bit of graphical stuff, probably just got to get tweaked in between round 1 and round 2, but nonetheless, you're all over it, Rusty, as per usual, mate. You are our absolute tech guy with that stuff, mate. The stats just keep coming. What's your thoughts on this one, Rusty? Who did you like out of race 1 that's currently out there in these 2 categories moving forward? I know we talked about Vaughan Martin having a very, very good run in race 1. What's your thoughts? Who can you see heading up the top end of town here?
Well, let's start at the other end and say, let's go to the AM class first up. Louis van der Vente, a very strong race in the AM class.
Yes, very well
You know, if that's anything to go by, our usual AM class challenges, and, you know, we expected Nev Shields to be very strong, and I think Shields ended up finishing maybe 3 or 4 positions further back.
Yep.
May have got, I think he was involved in that Enright rejoin incident, one of the cars affected by that. So,
yep.
Yeah, so I'll be looking for a strong race too from Nev Shields, and then of course Phil Turner was another car that was caught up in that, and perhaps Phil Davidson also. So there was a little bit of chaos for the AMs in race 1, so let's see how they go race 2. They're going to have to chase down Louis van der Vente, who looks particularly strong.
Yep.
In the Pro-Am class, as you mentioned, Vaughan Martin was very quick, but how could we go past Jason Bance? Now, unfortunately, had that incident towards the end of the race, would have been looking good for a top 10 before that.
Yep.
And, you know, a top 10 as a Pro-Am in this field.
In this bloody field, that's right.
That's really
it's notable,
moving.
Isn't it?
It's really good.
Yep.
Oh, it is, definitely. In these conditions as well. As a Pro-Am class driver myself, with changeable conditions and something like this, it's a little bit different. You always do feel like you got a sniff of a good result if you just keep it clean, because there just tends to be more accidents, more incidents. So you just want to profit from it. You know, as one of the great veterans who used to race here, Bobby Laycock, coined himself the vulture, right? So he would just circulate, do his laps, and pick up the positions as other people went by the wayside. So you know, definitely looking for a bit of that action.
Yeah, very, very
Hope
much.
he's doing well out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Price, name that we haven't mentioned, did see him. Unfortunately, I think got caught up in an incident in that first one. But however, he has put it on the top at a 30.3 in these very, very wet conditions. A name that comes to mind for me for class racing here out of the Pro-Am would be Steve Malling. Obviously, we saw him race incredibly well. Such a very calculated sim racer in respect of, even in a 20-minute super sprint race, we saw him make 14 positions. Very, very calculated. Doesn't take undue risk. Even in this facet, the qualifying format, he will still go out there and literally just
drive within his limits, won't he? Yes.
Yeah, drive within the limits. So you'll always see him bank a time. He is about 7/10 up on his lap at the moment. He has got the fast runner Riley Price behind him. However, Danny Kim, the first car out on track, he has gone to the top of the tree provisionally at the moment too, as well, with a 30.2. So just about a 10th or half a 10th quicker than Riley Price.
Very nice, very nice. Van der Vente also just about to roll across the line up on his Delta. Boys not gaining anything position-wise there. Vaughan Martin looking speedy, just still in the first sector, just coming out of T2, should I say. Danny Green just about to roll across the line. Sorry, J-Man, just pops that car into provisional 6th.
Yeah. Steve Malling, as I just mentioned, just saw himself promote himself up to P4. Knocked down to 5 by, I think that was Jason.
Oh, by Bets.
Yeah, knocked him and Vaught Martin down a peg. So going very, very quickly. Still got a roundabout. What do we got? 2.5 minutes, Rusty, I think, of this session.
Yeah,
minute and a half.
Minute and a half,
have we? Okay.
So getting into crunch time now. You've got to finish your laps. You just mentioned Riley Price earlier, J-Man. I just want to expand on that a little if I can. The Master Series, ASRNZ Master Series, the Little Brother Series that runs here at ASRNZ every second Friday night. Riley Price is pretty handy in the Ford Escort in the Master Series, generally runs top of the tree. So another competitor, another layer of competition in our Pro-Am class.
Oh, for sure.
At ASRNZ.
And look, wet conditions at Brands Hatch, plenty of sideways, so he'll be well versed after getting out of the BDA Escort and getting into the wet conditions at Brands. He'll be right at home.
He's sideways a lot, let's put it that way.
Darren Green coming on a lap as well, boys. Also, Timmy Nash. I thought Timmy Nash at the shakedown actually had a good round. It was well and truly amongst a very, very good battle for a good portion of it at Coda. And he's got that Porsche wound up at the moment. It's got about a half a second. Steve Wilton, he's coming with about 8 or 9 tenths. Currently in there on the 31-1.
Very nice.
Something about a mid-30.
Very nice.
To challenge Steve Melling and Vaughan Martin.
And Melling actually just pipping Damien Jacques Jones as well. So Steve Melling doing a stellar job here tonight. Like you said, no risks taken.
Wilton coming to go for the top spot.
And bam!
There he goes.
Out of nowhere in the Thomas the Tank.
And that was it. He had no more time. The time had run out. We still have a handful of cars, including John McDonald, Steve Melling, to name a few. Nev Shields also still on the lap. I think we've still got Riley Price, a couple others as well, still finishing their lap.
Yeah, McDonald I think will be coming out with the pros, won't he?
Bence could go top of the pops here for the Pro-Am and Am class up on his Delta. Looking pretty good here towards the end of that.
Yeah.
To find about another 1/10.5.
Yeah, so just coming out of the first sector there. So early stages of the lap there, if you can just keep that together, as we will see the Pro-Am guys already running out of the pit lane.
Was coming out.
Price was, I dumped a heap of the doubt. He was around 3 tenths up. That was looking like a big, big lap.
Yeah, so Ben's dumping a little bit as well down into that second sector, but still up on his Delta, but only marginally, but still probably enough. He's just put a little bit of pace there, but yeah, he was holding enough Delta to pip Price for third provisionally. Who have we got out on track? Lead car in the Pro classification, boys.
I think it'd have to be none other than the number 4 car. Oh, is it Phil Antoon? Okay.
I think it may be. Or is it Dayton? I think Dayton might be up ahead. No, it's actually Aerosmith. I think it's...
Okay. So Antoon coming around the final corner now, just cycling those brakes and tyres right to the last second. And then Matty T
It's Mitchie Campbell, guys. It's Mitchie Campbell, guys.
With Matty T just tucked in behind there as well. So, yes, the Pro boys out on track now. Very damp conditions here again. For race 2 in round 1 for ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to have another cracker. Hit the like and subscribe button. Light that chat box up. We love a chat, don't we, boys?
Absolutely. Yes, as I mentioned, so Mitchie Campbell out there, first car on track, and he is very closely shadowed by Stewie Aerosmith. So smart play. I don't think it's a bad idea to have a car up in front of you here, albeit we often talk about the spray, because the car's in the corner so much of the lap. I don't think it's as much a factor as if you're running down a big back straight of somewhere like Monza. So Stewie Aerosmith got the carrot.
Just on the weather, J-Man, as Mitch Campbell invalidates, he'll have to move over and let Aerosmith through here. That's the rule we run on an invalid lap, and he will do so.
Yeah, very well played.
Yeah, nice discipline there from the boys.
Yep, absolutely. I just want to mention on the weather, the rain has increased, I believe, now. So What's interesting here is it will be interesting to see the times, because if you are maybe at the bottom end of the silver classifications, you may be at risk from the Pro-Am, the top Pro-Am runners, because they had a slightly drier track than you do. So,
Yeah.
you know, got to be on it here.
Yeah,
the pros, that's why they're pros.
Absolutely, good point, Rusty.
And turn to the top. Stu was there very, very briefly, got pretty sideways down through turn 1 and decided better of it, rolled out of it. He's still got a good 2 more laps in him on this tyre set and fuel load, no doubt. But Hendo up there, challenging very, very closely behind, just a 10th and a half behind Phil Antoon on a 29.5, plays a 29.3. Vic Chan banks one in there, 29.5 also. So we're going to see this once again, gentlemen, where we will have the smallest of margins covering these pro elite drivers.
So Tan just tucked in behind Makalos there, so probably not. Oh, we're looking at this awkward little situation there. Look like Makalos is trying to get out of the way without jettisoning that car off track. And that has
got eyes on Matty T, Dave, though. Matty T may be running a pole lap here at the moment.
It's a big number.
So yeah, got the rubber band wound up tight in the Ferrari tonight. Has Matty T, formidable competitor and the only lady out on track and looking hot on the Delta as she rounds the final corner here. There's only 2.5 odd minutes to go left in qualifying. This is quick. This is deadly quick. This will put her on the top spot provisionally. Wow. Nice work, Matty T. Phil Antoon still out on track.
Conditions as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, Rusty, you know, the weather, you know, potentially the Pro-Ams and Ams potentially had the better part of the session here.
Indeed, yeah. So that's a mega lap from Matty T. As we go back and now look at Phil Antoon, Phil's got about a 10th to make up, and he's about a 10th up on his Delta, so this is going to be paper thin.
I just noticed that Matty T's actually behind Antoon on track, so there's a little bit of a carrot there for Matty T to chase in Antoon. These guys will race together quite often. We call them at other communities, don't we, J-Man? And Matty T no slouch, I think, with that carrot in front of her, and look, up on her Delta over... Oh, no, I should say Antoon up on his Delta over Matty T at the moment. So Antoon really pushing the limits in the Honda, the killer Honda, as he winds around the back sector of the track.
Notable mention too, guys, is that Steve Wilton's 130.0 still seen him
in the
land
top 10.
inside the top 10 and P8 provisionally. Obviously, he was still with some pretty good times to run behind him. Mitchie Haas on a big number, but Costas Makrolos also on a good number. Also, we saw him just sort of step aside and let...
Antoon looking for 28, and there it is, 28.9 in wet conditions there, ladies and gentlemen. Hendo was up on his Delta, but has bled all that time and some away. But Rees to second position provisionally. With, what do we got? Matty. A little under 1 minute to go in qualifying here. Mitch Campbell also on a hottie, just coming out of, where is he on track? Just out of the first sector. So in the middle sector of the track now and down the hill.
That's Rees' last lap, by the way, guys, because he's on an invalid lap with 35 seconds to go. So Rees will have to stand on that one.
So potential pole here for Antoon. Again, if he can manage to just stay there. Mitchie Campbell on a good number, as I think you mentioned, Davo.
Yeah, so Mitch Campbell, Jordan Moss also well up on his Delta, which would sneak him down, or maybe a couple of positions as well.
Maybe challenging Farmer. Actually be challenging Mitchie Campbell. So Mitchie Campbell looking at
Campbell's going to be up at Hendo territory here, I think, in 4th position as he comes down across the line. Bled a little bit of pace off there. It's just left him in behind Arrowsmith in 6th position. Jordan Moss still out on track.
8-7.
8-7. So he's bettered it by another couple of tenths there.
Yep.
Moss struggling in these conditions. We usually expect to see that race command car a little bit further towards the pointy end of the field, but not liking these conditions at the moment as he runs into this final sector of the lap.
Might just get into the top 10 here, just.
Timer has gone 0. Yes, he might just sneak it in there. That's looking good, actually. He's got a couple of tenths up his sleeve. It might actually put him up around Dayton territory, up into about 8th.
Yeah, I think this is going to be safe for Wilton to stay inside the 10 as well. So
ninth for Jordan Moss, leaving Wilton in the top 10. Stellar work from Wilton there, ladies and gentlemen.
And there you go. We mentioned it during qualifying, the worsening conditions. If you just look at the totem pole, Steve Wilton, Pro-Am P10, we've got 3 silvers inside the top 9, but we've got Pro-Am silvers and pros down the back. Riley Price qualified quite well in 17th. So a little bit different, a little bit of a session there. So this is going to be full on. It's going to be hectic at the start of this race. You've got faster guys coming through.
Yeah, so another obviously short break here before the cars go on their formation lap, but another 20-minute one here in the second of 3 races here tonight. This, if the first one's anything to go by, guys, this next one is going to be pretty epic. They now know roughly what the conditions were. I tend to agree with you, Rusty, that the weather conditions have got, well, in that qualifying session had got significantly worse. I didn't actually pay attention to what time of the day that was, and then obviously we are rolling through a full Sunday format effectively.
Yeah, that's right. So I think we're at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep. At the moment, there or thereabouts. I just want to mention too, special mention to Steve Wilton, P10. That's a statement qualifying. That's a statement session in the Pro-Am class. Yep. That's one where you've really put your stamp on it in these tough conditions, and he's just announced to the rest of the Pro-Am drivers, "Hi,
I'm the guy. I'm the guy." So,
hi, my name's Thomas. I'm coming through.
Toot toot.
Toot friggin' toot. That's exactly right. So, boys, out on the grid once again here for race 2, round 1. ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder whether they've just thrown at these things a little bit in the break pre-qualifying for the pre-Q2. And, might have just maybe tried to settle these cars down a little bit on what is a very cold and extremely wet Brands Hatch here tonight.
Yeah,
as we mentioned before. Go ahead, David.
No, just to say, a bit of a shake-up on the grid there too. Obviously Antoon's still up the front, but for me, the 333 car, the Vic Chan car, going back to P7 and Q2 was a bit of a shock. But as you heard, Rusty?
Well, I was just going to make mention too, we spoke about the different classes here at ASRNZ, just scanning down the qualifying results, and we arrive at the first AM class runner, Mr. Greenie. So that's one that we were expecting, right? So it just goes to show that, we can throw up different results from session to session, race to race here. Phil Davidson, P2 in the AM class, P28, followed by Phil Turner. So that's kind of the old guard coming through.
Yep.
The usual contenders in the AM class sitting P2 and P3. So they're back on. It only took a race to shake themselves loose and loosen up and get back into form again. So there they are, followed by Nev Shields and Louis van der Venter after that successful class win in P1, in currently P5 in the AM class.
Yeah, and look, the widget telling us that weather likely going to, I don't think it's going to stop raining, but the rain will reduce slightly over the following 10 to 30 minutes. I only got 20 minutes in this race, so just potentially just see a little bit of rain reduction. But it is proper wet out there. As you see, the cars leave to make their formation, and I think this is probably as wet as we've seen it, guys.
Yeah,
looking at the spray.
So this will be another challenge, for drivers that maybe haven't driven as many wet laps. It's quite common to just, be happy with the dry stuff and never really venture into much wet racing. So, for the novices out there, this will be a new challenge, different challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, and
They're
yeah,
all pretty competent steerers, you know.
Yeah, but not everybody gets to run in varying conditions, either night time or wet racing. So yeah, it can be a bit of an eye opener for some of the boys, can't it?
Absolutely, variety is the spice of life, and
You
I can
know
tell
it.
you this season at ASRNZ, there will be weather, there will be, you know, nighttime, there will be things to challenge the drivers. This is a pro series with very high standards, and we're very proud of that. So the drivers will be challenged. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it is very
well,
brave stuff, Mr.
yeah.
Charlie Byrne.
Yes,
We just mentioned they're out there in these trying conditions.
yes, challenging stuff at the best of times, Rusty, and even more so tonight with, yes, definitely some trying conditions here at Brands Hatch. It's race 2, round 1 in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. It's proudly brought to you and broadcast live here to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and, of course, the good people at Race Command, bringing us all the technical goodies that we need to run a Premier League like we see right here, ladies and gentlemen, as the boys and girls are out on their formation lap as we speak, getting down towards the end of the lap here, so they will start to form up here.
Who have you got eyes on, J-Man? Who do you like off the start here?
Watch Matty 2,
Who's your
Road
pony?
2. Matty T
Matty
and
T's the
Hendo.
one?
Yeah, watch those two go at it into one.
I think Hendo's. And
Yeah.
we've got Mitch Campbell in row 3 too. I'm always looking for the truffle pig at the
Yeah,
race
so
start. He's always
I'm calling the truffle pig for a podium this one.
Big Tan as well. Yes. So
Expect Mitchy Campbell to maybe move forward in the first 2 laps. He's known as a early specialist to move forward. So
here we
we've seen him
go.
before.
About to go green. Race 2, round 1. ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. We got a green light, good, clean start. Very even. No one with a massive jump. Matty T covering. That's Aerosmith with a bit of contact on the back end. They're round in 1. That's messy, but they're all out off track.
Yep. That was very, 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 very untidy. But hey, look, they'll sort it out.
Very, very wet conditions out there. A lot of spray. Headlights ablaze. 3 wide through 2 and 3. A little bit of hip and shoulder from a couple of the top runners there in Aerosmith and Hendo into 1. But the field all pointing in the right direction. We see Wilton past Enright for 7th already. Danny Kim and Riley Price back as well. So Antoon away as we would expect. Rees wide, which has allowed Matty T. Rees on the grass. Matty T, look, has a bit of a sniff there. Again, Rees just trying to get that Atson up to speed. We saw this in race 1. Not quick in the opening laps. Mitch Campbell in clean air. Vic Tan in clean air. Jordan Moss come out of nowhere into 6th position. Geordie the Boss Moss in the Race Command car. Looking good. That is Steve Wilton in 7th with some gains early on as they come around for the first lap here. Antoon leading the way. Steve Rees in the Aston 2nd. Matty T, Mitch Campbell, Victor Chan. Oh, it's not Victor. It's Vic.
I like
Chan,
Riley
Jordan
Price
Moss.
here, guys. Riley Price, Mitchy Haas. I like what I'm seeing here. Riley's look pretty racing in the opening lap.
Price over Haas immediately into 1. So nice work from Price. Good call, J-Man.
Danny Kim down the inside of Haas now as well. So Haas just struggling early in the phase here. Maybe tyres not quite in the right phase.
Aerosmith making a gain there as well. Recovering Aerosmith on Davison. A couple other position changes a little bit lower down. It looks like Van der Venter and Carter back down through the field there, boys.
That's 99 cars in the pits and it's beaten, and so is Nev Shields. Those cars have got some repair work to happen on them, mates. Also, John Carter, that McLaren is proper bent. Busted crab stuff.
Yeah, it's a shame we missed that incident. I was just going to make mention of the race start, and it was a good lesson to anyone watching along. You know, just how clean we are here at ASRNZ. A couple of cars went off track. in turn 1. They waited. They didn't just charge back on the track, and that meant 95% of the field got through unscathed.
But basically,
so credit to everyone.
Yeah, no, good quality stuff there. We just noticed Bence has picked up a drive through, so he's just coming around towards the pit lane now. Will he peel off and serve that immediately? No, he's got a few laps to do that. He's got a few laps to do it, so you're just going to stay in that traffic for the moment. Just tucked in behind the Dr. PP car, I think there, yes, of Brad Robinson. But, good, spicy start again. We've got the Faldado on Enright, and does he make it happen? There's a bit of contact, but gets it done. We might pick up on a replay of that. That was a little exchange. So into two, forces the issue, gets the overlap. Enright has to leave room.
Big dive on Price, gets through on Enright. So the same trend from race 1, we're seeing if you lose one position, you just become vulnerable, don't you? The vultures, they're out there, they're pecking away.
Very much so. You could see that Shane had the shallow line into Druids, and he just held it down tight. There's a little bit of hip and shoulder on the way out, but the overlap was done. And then he managed to sweep round. However, mention that the 770 car, Nev Shields, unfortunately went in to repair that damage after that early incident and copped a stop-go 30 for speeding.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's tough gig. To make an already bad situation a little bit worse. So, yeah.
Mitchie Campbell, Matty T, and Vic Chan, that is a battle going on, guys. I called Mitchie Campbell for a podium. Look, if it finished now, I'd call myself.
Chan's going to have a big look here with the big wind up of the Bentley into turn 1. You do not want to be on the outside here at turn 1. Matty T's going to have to navigate around.
Oh, look, they're going to go side by side here. Now, can Vic keep the overlap?
Space. Well done.
Keep the overlap for T2, so yeah, nice disciplined stop there. Yeah, look, you don't want to be on the inside as much as you don't want to be on the outside there either, Rusty, so you just don't get the drive.
Definitely. Yeah, you can get pinched at turn 2, definitely. Find yourself on those really bumpy sausages on the inside. I think Vic did just catch it a little bit, so that might have held him up.
So just looking back through the field there, we've got a recovering Henderson and Aerosmith smack bang in the middle of this pack, the mid pack of this race here. Very hectic mid pack as usual as Hendo tries to round up Damien Jones on the. Oh yeah, that's a long way, particularly on that is a very bumpy corner there. That's Aerosmith with a bit of a wheel. Sorry.
Yep.
That's what I was about to say. I was just about to say this pack. This is where it's at. This is cutthroat.
Oh yeah, Jarks, Hendo, Timmy Nash.
Bloody kill or be killed in here.
Yes. Wilton past Moss, I think so. Wilton and Moss have an
exchange. Porsche on Porsche. A little tap. Oh no. Car around, Aerosmith around. He's facing the wrong way. This is going to be dangerous.
Oh, very, very close as McDonald just comes around in the Warbird car there. We're just picking this up on the replay here. So yeah, messy situation there. Put Aerosmith around. We're just picking up on the replay here, and just watch this at the end here. Bam, gets that thing offline, and it's still recovering from that position there. In a very awkward space there. Fudano and Moss at it. So Moss moving backwards there. Wilton past Moss, and now Fudano past Moss as well. So Moss, although looked like he was making some gains in the early part of that race there, now starting to look really move back in the pack. Not happy tonight in the trying conditions in that race. Command McLaren boys.
The McLaren does seem a little out of sorts here tonight, doesn't it?
It does.
I know it's not my imagination. It's normally one of the front runners, but for some reason, just really not connecting. Moss is the top runner in
McLaren
Robinson. Yep.
That's been going on for a little bit. They're just sort of tagged off the back of this one as well, and it's been going on. It's like very, very close. So Costas looks like he's got a bit of car pace because he's been able to.
Oh, we've got blue flag traffic here to deal with. Definitely. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, Henderson. We got Martin Jones, Henderson past Dayton as well in the background there, boys. Price over Moss as well. So Moss going backwards here in the 777 Race Command car there. He won't be happy with that. Is that Makalos slowing into the pit for Makalos there? So unscheduled stop for Makalos. It'll be interesting to see what's going on there.
Yeah, not sure what's happening there. There was nothing untoward unless he's fuel sensitive or something's gone wrong there with the setup.
Yep.
Oh, now he wasn't in there. Okay, he's still on the jacks.
Matty T applying all sorts of pressure to the back of Mitchy Campbell's car. Looking very
it's the same make battle too.
Yeah,
Two Ferraris.
Yeah, Ferrari on Ferrari. Now,
Vic Chan's just looking looming.
Yeah, like I was just about to say, Maddie has got, she looks like, for a bit overlap, has got the ever-present Vic Chan. Now look, that side. Yeah, so they're looking for that overlaps, really compromised her car pace there. Lost a couple of car lengths and then put her into the clutches of Vic Chan in the ASRNZ MATCHFIT Boatley.
It's working out tonight. If you're the attacking car and you don't stick it the first time, it can really hurt you. It just knocks you off your momentum. And conversely, if you do stick it, the car you overtake seems to be dropping 2 or 3 places as a result of the overtake as well. So you've got to be brave here at Brands Hatch. You know, fortune favours the brave.
It does, and it certainly favours somebody like Riley Price, who's up 9 positions since the start of this race. So
very, very nice gains there, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also Uncle Joe up 8 positions. So that's a great start to the race there for Uncle Joe on the Rain 42 McLaren. So long may it last for Uncle Joe. Currently P28. Obviously, we've got Aerosmith down 27 positions. Macrolos down 17. Some big losers. Jason Bent's down 8 positions. He's currently putting some heat on Darren Green as we speak, down through turn 1.
And just off camera there, Wilton passed Price, and now with Fudderdo in his sights there, boys. So Wilton showing stellar form, kept that car as a Pro-Am driver in the top 10 after, in qualifying, and now runs very solidly in 7th and still looking to make gains.
Yeah, look,
Price wants it back. Price wants it back though.
Just want to quickly mention too, guys.
Price
with a big mistake.
Move up the inside.
Sorry.
You're right. I just want to quickly mention too, in the AM class, it looks like regular programming has resumed from season 1, and Phil Turner finds himself in P1 in the AM class, currently followed by Phil Davidson and Greeny in P3. So Phil Turner, this is what we saw in season 1, wasn't it? He just banks results. He just puts in laps.
Yeah.
24th and 25th outright. Good job. So very, very good battle with just over 9 minutes to go here. Still going on with Mitchy Campbell, Matty T and Vic Chan. 3 very, very quick calculated drivers pushing the absolute limits in these conditions at the moment. Last lap times for those 3 in the low 29s. Only guy really pumping the 28s. Last lap round 28.3 for Lantoon. So got that Honda in the zone right now.
It's hooked up. Yeah, I like Chan's position here in this battle. The characteristics of the racing tonight, I think he's in prime position as Mitch is having to defend very hard.
Very, very hard, actually, on Matty T there. This is heating up. We have look, we've still got 8.5 minutes odd left in this race. And they look like they're racing on the last lap.
Matty T strong, defending. Doesn't he, guys, at the moment?
He does. He really does. That Bentley is quick tonight.
And Steve Reed's not that far up the road. One mistake, and this trio here will be right with him. Look at the positioning of Vic Chan's Bentley at the moment on the back end of that Ferrari, Matty.
Yeah, now we've seen these two force the issue here a few laps ago, side by side into 1 and then down towards 2. Not so this lap, but the intent is there. Matty T having to cover. She would love to just get the work done on Mitch Campbell, but she has Vic Chan to think about, and Vic Chan's given her plenty to think about. Jordan Moss, back
Aaron
past
Enright,
Enright. I think that it's actually a bit of a to and fro battle.
It was. Enright was size him up.
Enright was chasing down Moss because Moss has been slowly going backwards in that car here in race 2. For round 1 at ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Plenty of racing to go. 7 odd minutes.
A couple of Porsches going to battle here. Paul Huddy and Tim Nash be going at it for a little bit. So, yeah, 21st and 22nd. Got John McDonald ranging up behind them. And then, as you mentioned, Phil Turner, class-leading car there in P24. So, pretty good battles up and down the field. However, you can't take your eyes off of the Mitchie Campbell, Matty T, Vic Chan battle. And then, Fodado, Wilton's still holding off Price too, guys, so doing a good job. I mean, he earned the top 10 on merit and quali. Probably had some pretty favourable track conditions in that session, but he still banked a good number. And now out there at full race pace, he's managing to play amongst the big boys.
Gee, we're seeing a little bit of a recreation, a reimagining from race 1 here at race 2
In
down
the
in the
mid-pack.
mid-pack, guys.
Yeah,
oh,
mate,
it's really kicking off.
It's freaking
The
hectic.
Enright to Carson battle, the 5
Yeah.
cars. That's the one to watch. That's the
Yeah.
one selling tickets at the moment.
Yeah, crowds on their feet here as, is that Kim up behind? Enright, he did a big look there, which has allowed Haas to have a bit of a sniff. Robinson's going, I'm here, can I play too? And
Dr.
it is
Pee-Pee.
on. Dr. Pee-Pee looking to make a move. So, yeah, very, very tidy stuff from these guys. Look at the spray. Look at the water on the track here. So, very hotly contested and very close racing. And really, really trying conditions here at Brands Hatch. The flames are licking from the sides and the backs of these cars. These guys are racing like it's lap 1 and it's 5 minutes to go. It's the business end of the race. Riley Price on Wilton now.
Yeah.
Now we've seen Price and Wilton go at it for the last few laps. Couple of mistakes sneaking in from Price, which has just sort of slowed his progress. But back on the back of Wilton now. Wilton doing a stellar job with that Aston Martin in 7th position. Held that car in qualifying in 10th position and made some gains. Look at the run from the BMW here. Up towards 1.
Yeah. Super
Yeah,
close as they tip it down in there.
The
Car.
Beamer looks really under control here, doesn't it? Looks really connected.
It looked pretty out of control on the way out of 1 though, Russ.
On the way there.
It'll look a little
Little
bit.
commentator's curse. It looks quick though. It's rearing up on its hind legs, so it looks like it's ready to pop. I just want to mention too, these two guys, Pro-Am class, currently running P7 and P8. That is monumental in this
It's
field.
a pretty good effort, isn't it? Yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah, very, very strong field of cars here tonight, like you mentioned, Rusty, and obviously trying conditions at Brands Hatch. High lateral load track, very flowy track, so high top speed, like high average speeds, and, it's sort of not the place you really want a lot of rain, but these guys, they're just doing it, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely commendable. Pro-Am
Maddie
class
T,
drivers.
searching,
Oh, look
high
out.
and wide.
This has bunched up somewhat. So Matty T not only has gained on Mitch Campbell, but Vic Chan's come with. Vic Chan very close to the back of Madison's car here. So round the final corner and across the start-finish line. Will Chan look for the overlap. Going for the outside this time. He tried the inside last time. Matty T very, very late under brakes. Surely
Look
he
for the
pulled
undercut
it up.
here.
She's only just pulled that thing up.
She'll
Hand
cover
down
it,
the
maybe
inside.
doesn't. Well,
Little deep.
Again
Little
deep.
deep, yeah.
Oh, she's got the rights for the next corner though. Oh, look, some mistakes starting to sneak into Matty T's race here. She's really got to keep a clear head here because Chan will take advantage immediately if there's a mistake.
and Mitchie will be just rubbing the
yeah.
polishing rear vision
Oh,
mirror.
God.
He'll be just like keep it up.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Too easy. Okay, the headlights disappear and the spray's just like sweet.
A battle costs you.
Yeah, the Riley Price Steve Wilton battle's been an absolute stunner since I think basically since they went through. I think they got past Jordan Moss. He's maintained that P9 since that. But once again, Aaron Enright, Danny Kim, Mitchie Haas, Brad Robertson,
It's still
Sam
going.
Carson just sitting and watching brief. Very calculated drive from Carso tonight. Both times we've seen him, he's been off the back of the pack, kind of just far enough to stay out of trouble, you know. And I think if it goes bad, he'll be far enough back to not be a part of it and maybe pick up a few pieces. So smart play here from Carso.
He's also up 7 positions from qualifying, just going to show that his wet racing acumen is still alive and well.
Yeah, good point.
Dayton on Jacques Jones, and he's taking Nathan Henderson with him. Those two both recovering after an early incident.
Okay, Wilton as well. We'll just try and pick up a replay on that. Yes, the boys have caught this one up. Coming down through towards the back sector of the track. Wilton's still in front here at this stage. And Price with just a great run off the left-hander, the final left-hander on the track. And Wilton really with nothing to do. Price gets the overlap and he's through.
Yeah, and during that replay, I can tell you that both and Henderson's still working on it. No, he's just got it done out of Druids. Dayton sized up Damien Jones out of the final turn, got it done down before turn 1. Hendo challenged through turn 1 and turn 2. Actually vulnerable. Jacques has gone to the grass to look for the inside line up to Surtees. I reckon he's going to get this back. Lamborghini got the favourable line up out of Surtees, up the big back straight. However, Hendo will be on the right side of the track for the following right-hander.
Yeah, Hendo able to just feed that throttle on a little bit heavier there. Dayton also passed Martin off Canberra, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, nice exchange from these two boys.
Antoon on the final lap.
Antoon on the final lap, and Chan still pressuring the Matty T here. So Campbell now looks like he's secured third position with the leader on the final lap here, but position 4 is still very much in question as Chan gets a very sideways off one. Tricky corner, turn 1. Seriously off camera as we see some of the lap cars just getting out of the way. They'll be getting blue flag. These guys come through. The speed difference between the leaders and this back of the pack is vast. And these guys rightly getting out of the road and letting the leaders through.
Thank you, Mitchie Campbell, for making me sound probably way more educated than I do. Actually gain credit for on the podium. If he can hold on to this, I think that'll be a great drive for Mitchie. Matty's just got to try and hold on here from Vic Chan. He'll give it one last good hard charge, but plenty of close battle. Brad Robertson, Mitchie Haas in the background as well. That's still going on. What is that? It's a 6-way battle, I think.
Yeah, it's just increased because they're about to suck onto the back of Jordan Moss up there as well, I think. But yeah, epic stuff in the mid-race. Special mention to Aaron Enright, currently running P10, if he can hold it together for the remainder. Nice little recovery after that first race incident. So back on track.
Antoon comes across him first over Steve Rees, just coming across the line, and was around about up to 10 seconds on the last lap. So Rees gets P2. Mitchie Campbell holds on to third. Matty T holds on to fourth over Vic Chan. And then we will see the MATCHFIT Mustang of Shane Fodolo. Good on you, Shano. P6 over Riley Price, who managed to get the job done. Took him good 3/4, maybe a little bit more of that race to try and get past Thomas the Tank Engine, and Steve Wilton holds down P8.
And then that group of cars just comes sailing across the line. It's just a wave.
I'm not even going to try and call it.
No, it's our data just goes mental at the end of the race here.
I could say P9, and now here is basically P17, which would be Hendo. And then skip a few more, we could get up to Steve Melling, sideways as you like, down through 1. Still pretty excited, P20. And then I'm looking for recovery drives, and I think for me...
So Aaron Smith just coming across for 28. Not sure where Hendo came. They came off in T1.
Yeah, Macrolos came back through just after Stewie as well, so that's a recovery drive. We saw him come down through pit lane for whatever reason. I'm not sure what that was all about, but however, another super dominant performance from Phil Antoon, aka Maverick, and we've come to sort of get used to this. We saw in the shakedown, Reese really challenged them. They had a great battle at Coda where they just really went at it for the duration, but solid drive once again, as I mentioned, from Mitchie Campbell. Thought he might have had the potential for a podium in that one, obviously got it, but the battle between him Matty T and Vic Chan was one to remember. Also, the Enright Kim Roberts Carson battle for the better portion of it. I feel like 10th through to 13th went on from the flag drop.
Ah, it was stellar. Stellar, yeah. The usual mid-pack madness. It was hectic in the mid-pack. Look, ladies and gentlemen, as we suspected, race 2 once again did not fail to deliver here in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. This is round 1 at Brown's Hatch on a bit of a wet night tonight. That was a wrap on race 2, another stellar race. We're going to throw to a break. Don't go anywhere. Go and grab a fresh bevy. If you do go anywhere, hit the like and subscribe. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you've topped up your drinks because we have one more cracking race here tonight at Brands Hatch for ASRNZ's round 1 in their 2024 GT3 Series 2 series, proudly brought to you and broadcast by the good people at MATCHFIT Entertainment and, of course, Race Control, providing all our technical support to bring you this awesomeness here again tonight. Look, there will be giveaways, everyone. Thanks to MATCHFIT Entertainment for this series. So hang around at the end of the streams after the race so you can see what's going on. We've got a 10 race calendar here for Series 2, so plenty of racing to come. The boys rolling out for qualifying as usual. I think the boys are back from their egg and lettuce sandwiches, and
Yeah, mate. We're back.
So J-Man and
227 Damien Jones, the OG ASRNZ car, managed to just capitalise on this dry track. That's a first for tonight, boys.
so
Prawn and
yes,
cucumber for me, Davo. Prawn and cucumber
prawn and
sandwich
cucumber.
made up by the ladies. Yeah, the ladies in the cafeteria here.
the good lady, the good lady.
Time we visit.
Yes,
Absolutely wonderful.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, it is a dry track. It is green though, so this is very interesting. What's going to happen here is the AM and the Pro Am guys are going to lay a little bit of rubber down, and then the Pro and the Silver cars are going to get out there for the second half of this session. So 13 minutes to go as we see Bentz come into the pits, probably making a little bit of a setup change or perhaps a tyre pressure change. First dry session of the weekend, so I wonder how many cars will be out of the setup window here for race 3.
Yeah, good point. Good
if
point.
the race is dry.
Yeah, well, good point, Rusty. And like you mentioned, track green. So after a couple of wet sessions there to kick the night off, we've got a fairly green track. These boys will get the slow end of this qualifying session. Obviously, the Pro and the Pro-Am boys lay a little bit of rubber down, and we'll get the Pro boys out there and see what they can do. But we've seen some stellar work from some of the Pro-Am boys, you know, notably Steve Wilton keeping that car in the top 10 for the start of the race.
Price.
So
Yeah, Riley Price also, yeah.
yeah, so
P6.
nice work from both of those guys. And look, Wilton actually making it stick at the end of the night too, and coming well in the top 10. I think he was 7th or 8th or something, finishing position. So nice work with him. As we see Damien Jones round the final corner for the first indicative lap here in qualifying. Here, first here of qualifying, race 3, round 1, Jones with a 25.90. Just kick things off. Vaughan Martin not too far behind as we start
5.9 on a green track's pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, this will throw up different results, I think, from 1 and 2. It's inevitable that different drivers, are more comfortable in different conditions, and some people drive better in the wet than the dry comparatively too. So we'll see a little bit of jumping around, I think, at the end of quali here today.
Yep.
Simpson into 6th provisionally as well there, boys. So vastly
with a good benchmark lap, mate, on a 25.2.
That's smoking.
Yeah, that's hustling on a green track here for this class.
Vastly different conditions here to what they've had in Q1 and 2 here tonight for round 1 in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. Very wet track so far this weekend, but yeah, the boys, this will be a breath of fresh air, won't it? Being out on a nice dry track on some slick tyres, boys.
Oh no, Vaughan Martin was on a very quick one. He was 8/10 up before dropping a wheel off, and he's
still holding.
He's bled off 4/10.
And he's still up on his delta.
Oh look, I think Vaughan Martin is one to watch here for pole if he's going to have another go at it. So he's got at least 4 or 5 tenths in him above that as well.
Yeah, so puts the car second provisionally on the totem there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we know now Vaughan Martin with at least what do you reckon, about 3 or 4 tenths up his sleeve at least. Yeah.
He's just lost a little bit there. So
he
I
just
think
blew it at
Vaughan
Druids
putting a lap
for
together. Yep, got to put your sectors together. His best sectors, I mean, he's up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nash showing green on my Delta as well, boys, in the Porsche. Currently bottom of the list at the moment, I think, or very close to. In the Porsche, coming down to the final corner here, well up on his Delta.
Riley Price to the top on a 5-1. Now, where does this land? Timmy Nash and P10 on a 26.3.
Sneaks into the top 10. Nice work from Nash. Bence second, provisionally in the Bentley. So nice work from Bence. We've been talking Bence up a little bit tonight. He really has hit the ground running here, hasn't he, at ASRNZ and in new to the ACC platform. So, yeah, nice work from Bence. Look, Glenn, J-Man and I know Bence from way back, RF1 days. So we know this guy can pedal. And, yeah, definitely showing some form tonight already. Danny Kim up on his Delta as well.
Steve Wilton's just commenced a hot lap, guys. I don't think we've seen a true lap from Wilton yet.
No.
So I expect him to jump.
Yeah, so Kim rounding the final corner, well up on his Delta. Price making massive gains and showing on the Delta. Huge gains. So, Danny Kim. Bam. Thanks for coming.
4-9. But
Yeah,
Price is going to have something to say about that.
Coming through the final corner now. First phase of qualifying here. They've only got about 30-odd seconds to go. So some of these guys will get across the line and run for another lap. Price, bam.
Whoa.
24-4, good lap.
Bence.
Very, very good lap.
Up on his Delta as well.
The track is still green, by the way.
Bence coming around the final corner as well. Watch this time. This will put him in the 24s as well. Second position provisionally. He will go for another lap as well. So some hot times coming from the lower classes here in the first tier of qualifying. This is race 3 at Brands Hatch for ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 1 Round 1. Dry conditions here for race 3, or Q3 at least. Anything could happen after this session. Wilton up on his Delta. Melling also up on the Delta and across the line puts the car in the top 10 provisionally.
Yeah, good lap, 5.8. Expecting bigger things here for Wilton. This is his last shot at this, as we see the pros
starting to roll out.
What is Wilton in there? He's on a 6.
About halfway around the track. Darren Green as well. Just Pips Wilton, should I say, down a spot into 10th. So nice work from Darren Green. Wilton up on the Delta. This would sneak him up, I reckon, about Jarkus territory if he can keep this together. Bled a little bit of speed off in the left-hander there.
Yeah, it goes to show, though, just what Rusty said, Davo, that clearly, you know, this is going to mix things up. I really feel like Steve Wilton's got a car that's very set up for the wet tonight based on the previous performance and the pace of this car now.
Still, there you go. He's just pipped his mate Steve Melling and put it in 8th position. Scotty Rivers back into the pits as well. So I
all
think
pros and silvers remaining on track now. So that's every Pro Am and Am driver has done their lap, and that's where they sit. I'm really liking the way that we're breaking this into halves, and it's really good for the Pro Am and Am drivers too, because they get an upfront indication straight away where they sit with the cars comparable to them in their classes, right? So, you know, if you qualify P4 at the start of a qualifying session here and you're in the Pro Am class, you know that you're the 4th best of the cars around you. So that's good information. Whereas when you're all qualifying at once, you know, you can see you're down in P20 something. You go, oh gee, I'm going to have a hard night tonight. You know, it's a different kind of mindset. It is, yeah.
Yes, look, and mental attitude is a big part of this game, isn't it? And just keeping that positivity and believing in yourself and knowing that you've got the car underneath you and the skills to deliver on the night. So the pro boys, the big boys, out on track now.
Got it out first again. Guys, that's 2 sessions in a row. He got it out first in Q2. He's out there first in Q3 by my calculations. He has
followed, as always, by Stu Arrowsmith. These two, you cannot separate them on track. They're always together.
So Campbell rounding the final corner
Oh, Aerosmith with a moment there.
Q3 for race 3.
Oh, it's compromised Aerosmith too. He's going to have to let everyone go. Wait
So
for a
that
gap.
sees Campbell go P2 straight away on a 4.7. He's got a good 2.5 tenths to try and make up on the prize time. And Vic Chan straight to the top on a 4.4. Antoon P3 4.6. Really does show the Riley price time was pretty damn respectable.
That's right. Yeah, look, that is notable, J-Man. So Riley Price just holding his own there, if not momentarily. But yeah, as these boys roll over for their first indicative laps, still holding that position there.
I can tell you, Davo, that, and J-Man, that the track has now been upgraded from green to fast. So as we suspected, a little bit more rubber down. The times are going to tumble here, I think, at the end of this session.
Yeah, but very much more favourable conditions compared to Q1 and 2 here tonight at Brands Hatch. And look, it's showing in the times immediately.
Okay, Reese to P7. So bit of an installation lap, so to speak, for a guy as fast as Steve Reese. That 24.8, still a very, very respectable time. If we look at the 24s, go all the way up to Danny Kim and P9.
Vic Chan on a flyer as well with, that looks like Phil Antoon as a bit of a carrot there. So, yeah, look, in a good position there to just be tailing that car.
Steve Reese maybe one to watch here, Davo and JB. And Steve Reese looks ominous. He's half a second up on his time. Looking very strong here.
Although, Chan with a 3.
Heaven.
And Antoon went to the top, but Chan with him being the carrot, just managed to just grab him. So
so
3-7 plays a 4-0.
Nice work from both those boys.
Reese is still in it though. He's got a bit of work to do. Another 4 tenths to make up.
Yeah, just coming into the final sector of the lap now. Oh, a little bit wide, a little bit of grass. Won't compromise him too much there. Nicely into the left-hander, in and out, and really pushing the lateral limits of that car.
Oh, he's heading towards a 3 here, guys.
Well, he needs a 3. He needs a 3.
Every bit of track. Grabs Santoon, but not Chan for a 4-0. So
very nice.
Close.
Campbell just running around at the back of the circuit as well, heading down into this final sector as well. Looking very tidy in that Ferrari tonight, boys. And as he rolls under the bridge down towards the final corner here, well up on his Delta. Also, T-Fam is showing screaming at the moment on my Delta. We will just watch Campbell run across the line here for his lap in 24.4. Nice work.
So Rees is the guy with the number now. He's going to try and challenge Champ, but Antoon's
Antoon
already
to the
done
top.
It with the 3-7, 1-7. So very, very close.
So Chan responding immediately. Rees responding.
Got enough. T-Fam's got enough for a first row here. At least T-Fam on this pace.
Under the bridge and down to the final corner here. Looking very healthy.
Very good.
This is definitely in the 23s. This could be
P4.
second row. Second row, third position provisionally. Nice work from T-Fam there.
Rees is responding here, guys.
Yeah, Rees around the final corner, using all of the track.
This will be a good lap. This is going to threaten Antoon. Oh, no.
Just knocks T-Fam back off that third position and puts the car on the second row.
He's very disappointing there from Rees. He's a whole 3/100ths of a second behind Vic Chan there.
Mate,
could have done so much better.
Hasn't got a hope.
No.
Oh dear. So this is the competition these guys have got to deal with. Some really high quality stuff here in what is a stellar field. Big field at that. Look, it's not only
Chan, 2 tenths up.
Not only the guys up the pointy end here, but the mid-pack is hectic. So Chan to the top. Antoon still responding. Rees still responding. Frodo rounding the final corner. He's looking good for another couple of positions. Maybe Mitchy Campbell just tucks it in behind there.
Aerosmith coming too, boys. He's going to get into this 24 party. He's going to threaten Brad Robinson here on his final lap.
Timer has run down, so this will be the final laps. And Toon, well up on his delta. Up on his delta. Tan, unable to make any gains. In the red. And Toon, in the green.
Can he go 3 for here on the front row?
The masterclass that is Phil Antoon in the killer Honda.
Look at Chan's delta towards the back end of the lap. He makes all the speed in this final sector.
Yeah. Is it enough? I don't think so. Look how close these boys' times are. Rees has already parked it up. Chan not able to respond. Antoon, Antoon's look all over this, up on his delta.
Yeah, he's going to finish this off with a 3-3 by the look of it.
Yeah.
3-4, 3-3.
3-4 maybe, yeah. So stellar job. Wow.
So that's 3 poles, is it, for
Dayton on a lap here?
3 poles, definitely. That is their Rusty.
He's going for the Grand Slam then in race 3, Phil Antoon, because I'm pretty sure he won both races 1 and 2. So
yeah, correct,
mate. A clean sweep. We don't see that very often here, do we, at ASRNZ usually? It's a pretty good effort to qualify pole every race and put yourself in a position to win every race as well. Happens, it's pretty rare, so we're watching something pretty special tonight.
Thus is the masterclass that is Phil Antoon, I think, there, Rusty.
Special mention again to Riley Price, P8.
Oh, P8, outright.
So getting it done in the wet and the dry in that BMW. Best BMW as well.
Bent's also, mate, another great lap there, P13.
P13.
Yeah, so it's
Louis van der Venter, top am, P18. That's another stellar effort. He's got a number of silver class and pro am drivers behind him, so that's always good for an am driver. Nev Shields starting to show a little bit of the form that we've been thinking about too. He's a second am driver in quali, P21. Very impressive.
Yeah, quali went a little bit south there for Stu Aerosmith. We saw him with 2 very, very strong qualifications, race 1 and race 2. However, 20th will be less than his own personal standard. He's a guy that's been in such a sweet patch of form of late. However, expect that car, the 772 car, to move forward.
Indeed. And we do have a dry race to finish it off. I wonder if that's a setup thing for Stu if he was, focusing on a wet race weekend. It's easy to get thrown off your balance a little bit when the conditions aren't what you expect.
When they're changing,
Yeah, so I wonder if that played a factor. He's definitely got his work to do because he does have to recover. We expect, Aerosmith to be one of the challengers for the silver class, don't we, boys? So,
yeah, for sure.
Disappointing race 2, P28, so that's a big chunk of points to give up early in the season. He's going to be, clawing back now for the rest of it.
Definitely, yeah. A little bit of contact in T1 there with Hendo, and his race went south very quickly. Look, he also called that, talking about, varying conditions, that, maybe Steve Wilton's car was a very good wet car as well. So it'd be interesting to see whether they've thrown the spanners at that and just tried to tweak it for, maybe a dry race here in race 3, Rusty. So interesting stuff. Look, we can analyse it all we like up here, can't we, in the lovely comforts of the comms box. But these guys, I'm sure, will be nervous and will be making quite possibly some last-minute pressure changes and, just making sure they've ticked all the proverbial boxes. So we are getting G'd up here for race 3. Notable, we've lost a couple of them, Matty T being one of them in the Ferrari, so out of the top end of the field.
Henderson as well dropped out.
Hendo dropped out midway through race 2. So yeah, a couple missing from the beginning of the evening. But plenty of racing to come. 30-minute race here for the final race here for round 1 at Brands Hatch for ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2, proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and the good people at Race Command as the boys roll out on their formation lap as we speak, boys. Oh, G'd up for this one. 30 minutes, dry track. This is going to be a very, very different race to what we've seen for the first two.
Yeah, and I just got to pay homage out there to Maddie T. So obviously we're boys and girls out there, and you know, Maddie T representing out there for the ladies. So great to see the current landscape of sim racing is really changing, and in the coming days and weeks, that will have probably more significance around that. I just think it's great to see, you know, the girls having a go at this stuff as well, Davo and Rusty. I think
well said.
Yeah.
it's a sport that's open to everyone.
Hey, mate, and Maddie T, no slouch. She takes it to these guys.
I'm a little disappointed. We've lost her for race 3 in the draw.
Yes.
I was very keen to see, you know, how she'd go, because I think she's currently P2 for the round before this race, P2 or P3. So yeah, right up there for round honours.
Oh, so have we lost Maddie, have we?
Yes.
We have, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, no, look, this one here is going to be, you know, if we thought the first two were pretty hectic in the wet, now we get to see these guys unleash.
Oh, mate, full speed.
And far better conditions.
Minutes.
Yeah, and really get to see the likes of Antoon, Chan, Reese, those three there. Oh my gosh, I just salivating at what.
Yeah. Look, I'm hearing you.
What we do know is everyone will be running a fresh set of slicks for this last race, because they haven't got them out of the ute yet. You know, the first time they've bolted dries on all weekend. The other thing to consider here as well. Oh yeah. The other thing to consider here as well is tyre deck is now going to play an issue, right? We're going to see in a 30-minute race who's a little sketchy by the end of it. You do shred them around here at Brands, don't you?
Absolutely. Look, thank you everybody again for joining us here tonight. This is race 3, round 1 at Brands Hatch for ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 series. The boys are cycled up. They've done their formation lap. This is the final race. It's the big game. We've got a dry track. They're in formation. We're about to go green. A little bit of a staggered grid there. Not sure what's going on there, but look.
Someone's out of place.
Here we go. Mitch Campbell looking for the jump.
Got to drive through. Mitchy Campbell drive through. He was out of position.
So unfortunate there. Tucked up in behind Steve Rees. Clean start back through the field there. On a dry track, much easier to navigate. Rees losing a position to T-Fam. No, has he? No, he hasn't. Now T-Fam losing a position to Mitch Campbell. Mitch Campbell, like J-Man just mentioned, will have to come through for a drive-through. Out of position car there. Carson's taken macro loss. We've got Robinson over Moss. We've also got Van der Venter over Kim and Aris Smith over Howdy.
Who's that going backwards?
Dayton, I think.
Dayton going backwards. Dayton 3 wide. These guys, he's getting swamped here. Down under the bridge. Big pack of cars. Are they going to run side by side? That is Dayton. That Benson's involved in that as well. Ben's just getting out of that. And it looks like it's actually Enright going backwards in the Red Bull Mercedes there. Antoon off in the distance. Not so quickly Phil Antoon, because he has Big Chan, Steve Rees and Mitty Campbell all tucked in behind him. Campbell will have to roll in for a drive-through. T-Fam with a good start. Fronado with a good start. That is Campbell away immediately.
Yeah, do it while they're all bunched up.
Very efficient entry too, boys. I've got to say, he was down on that limiter, bang on the line.
He had to get it right, didn't he, J-Man?
Yeah, he's going to give himself every opportunity to come back and try and see how far he can get back through this field.
So very clean start, very tidy. I don't think we saw really one car off. I think that's a B car off in the background. Might have been Haas.
It's Wilton off the corner there on turn 1. So
Wilton around in T1.
He's parked that one up.
It's broken. Nah, this one's almost off the front. The bonnet's up. It's yeah, she's pretty
Thomas
bent.
has seen better days.
Yeah, I think the steering's broken. Looking at that, he's got toe out.
Getting it going.
Front left and right.
So we'll get back to the action at the pointy end because Phil has got probably a little bit more work to do than he has for the past 2 races because he has Vic Tan and Steve Rees very closely behind him here. Not going to run away with this one. These guys, class acts, very capable drivers, very high IQs between these 3 races. Vic Chan in very good company between these two. We've been calling Rees and Antoon at a Rainlight, J-Man, and these guys at it week in, week out. T-Fam, Fronado, Price, Carter, Macalos, Benson, Dayton ran at the top 10. Benson the top 10 again in that Bentley through T1 in a little bit of clear air, but he's got Dayton just tucked in behind him there. The action really is the Price, the Carter Price Fronado battle here going on. And Fronado will have his ears back and his eyes forward and just looking to chase down T-Fam. T-Fam showing some great pace tonight, guys.
Yeah, look, I think he still lies up the road on Steve Rees, Vic Chan and Antoon, but those 3 there have got their own battle going on. A couple of tenths gained already into the second sector of this lap for Phil Antoon, so maybe tyre pressure is regulated and he's really just trying to check out here, but maybe break the camel's back early and leave Rees and Chan to fight it out. But
are we seeing a little snapshot for the Pro Championship here with these 3 guys? We know we've got a couple of fast runners to come in for round 2 around the traps.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt there. Enright on Robinson. Enright gets it done. That is Moss tucked in behind. Front row seat for Moss.
Oh, Stu Aerosmith.
And
John
it's still on, yeah. Aerosmith was sneaking up behind McDonald there. We had just had cameras on that, but this is on. Enright turns in.
Aerosmith up the inside
of McDonald.
Little touch.
A little bit of hip and shoulder there. This is going to get busy. I like the line here from Aerosmith.
Fake taxi out there picking up strays, boys.
Oh yeah, and look at it. It is hectic as they ran across the line. We're just picking it up in the replay here. And this battle is running hot. McDonald has Danny Kim to think about as well as he's just tagged onto the back of that battle. Dayton on Macalos. Can he get it done? Macalos with a little bit of a mistake there. Got the car out on the grass. Dayton on the outside. Carso.
Yeah,
smell the blood. Oh, Dayton with a big wheel looking for the over and under there.
Yeah, just a little bit loose.
Nearly got that thing unstuck. Good grab from Dayton there. Plenty going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Moss, this battle here, it's Enright.
This is now 7 cars.
Yeah, it's Enright, Moss, Aerosmith, McDonald, Kim.
Yeah, it's a good battle. It's certainly a spirited battle there. One mistake, you could easily lose 4, 5 positions.
McDonald, should I say Aerosmith, looking to make the move on Geordie, the Moss. Both 777 drivers here, these boys. No team orders here. These guys both want to win.
Oh, Moss with a nice tight line through Druids.
Looking to put pressure on Enright. Aerosmith looking very speedy in dry conditions here in the McLaren. Like I mentioned, both the Race Command car and the fake taxi of Aerosmith out of the same stable here.
Ev Shield's going to join this battle too, boys.
So big trainer cars there. Mitch Campbell after a stop-go in recovery looking to try and wrap up Nash. Nash has nothing of it. Campbell flashing the headlights going, mate, I should be up there. So it's plenty going on.
Yeah, Riley Price too was behind Fronado challenging. Now he's behind John Carter, so didn't quite see what happened there, but he was
Down
the
in
one applying
position,
all the
yep.
pressure. Yeah, he was applying all the pressure to Potato, but now in behind Carter. So
Yeah, looks like he doesn't want to stay there though. Showing some
No.
intent down into one there. Just tucked in behind that. That's the Bent's car. Bentley there.
Just want to mention too, guys, that Nev Shields has found his way past Louis van der Venter and is currently the top running AM class driver.
Yeah,
Nice
it started
work.
making inroads into Jarks in this battle with Danny Kim and McDonald, Aerosmith and co too. I've just been watching that, so
They're all holding
Absolutely.
each other up, aren't they, up there? That's 7 cars holding each other up there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Moss and Aerosmith trading positions back and forth. No team orders like I mentioned here, so Aerosmith passed and then Moss back again. So these guys going at it, teammates.
yeah.
As they
Half a
race.
second.
And also having a good night up in P12.
Vic Tan
Good
with the
result for
fastest
Brad.
lap of the
Yeah.
lap of the race here. Look what sort of
0.4, mate. He's right on him now.
Oh, look at Moss looking for an overlap on Enright. Gets a little bit of contact there. Car's pointing in
gonna
the
get
right
swamped here.
direction, but he's going to get swamped. Aerosmith takes the first jump. McDonald lining up for a crack at it as well.
Stewie wide.
Moss on the outside. Will he get? Can he make it live? Will he get the run? He's going to have the rights to the inside on the final corner here. This is on.
Yeah, McDonald will try and go with him here.
Oh, little Gizzing.
Oh, yeah, little Gizzing. McDonald, and then who's
Oh,
in behind
Danny Kim.
McDonald?
Danny
Kim. It's on across the start finish line. Oh, my.
And who's that in the background with Nev Shields? It's
That's Van der Venter has got that back in front of Nev Shields there.
he has.
What a battle.
Thanks to this battle, I suspect.
Oh, my. Oh,
It's all going on
it
here.
is
at him
all
go.
going on. Class act, little bit of hip and shoulder. All the boys, very respectful racing. Look, on a track like Brands here with such high average speeds, not the overly, the biggest, widest track out there. You really got to make some, you really got to muscle your way through to get a pass done here. And yeah, that is showing right here, right now.
Speaking of muscling, Dave, I've just got to mention, I'm just watching Vic Chan just riding on board with Vic, and
Yeah, he's
looks
looking
to me
good.
like that Bentley's getting stronger and stronger every lap, doesn't it, J-Man? It looks like it's
Yeah, it does.
starting to really come to the track here.
Yeah, Reese
They're
actually
dropping-
dropped
they're
off.
Just dropping Reese off.
Yeah, a little bit there. So yeah, there's not a big gap between these three, and it's rare we see the top three run in close succession like this. Usually, the top driver is reasonably dominant and does get away because the rest of the field battles it out behind him and loses some time. But look at these three. Class act, like I said, between these three, the racing IQ of these three boys, top class stuff. So
Reese now with the fastest lap of the race too, boys. So you talked about him
well, there
dropping
you
them
go.
off. I think that was just a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Let that Aston eat, and he's coming back at them.
yeah, and
It's up
look
on,
in
it's
that.
2/10 up on the Delta as well.
Yeah, on that first
fastest
sector.
lap.
Yeah, that first sector. Look at the gains he's made back on Chan already. So yeah, really close that gap immediately. We don't want to take too much away from what's going on in the background. Mitch Campbell passed Darren Green just off camera there as well, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty going on down through the field.
Yeah, Nev Shields starting to put some pressure on the back of Jarkus Jones. So Damien feeling the heat from the Nelson Marine car for what is P19 and P20. Oh, John
McDonald running wide. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, tucked in behind Jordan Moss there. Moss trying to work over the back of Enright, but now McDonald with Aerosmith to deal with. Aerosmith has looked very speedy tonight, had some bad luck in race 2, really hasn't delivered given his pace in the rain, showing some good pace again here in the dry, but just getting getting stuck in traffic more than anything, isn't he? Really can't. Sort of stretch his legs and make any gains. That's Enright backwards there. Let's try and pick up a replay. What happened there?
Ooh.
So Enright into one. Oh, gets it on the inside curb there. Gets a big hunk of opposite lock, gathers that up, but loses 2 position, hence the speed. And the quality of racing here, the slightest of mistakes like that, bam, 2, 3 positions maybe. So Ben's past Price as well, boys.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. You've got the top 3 runners all pro class. The next 3 runners, T-Fam, Fotido and Carter. Those are your top 3 in the silver class, followed by the top 2 runners in the Pro-Am class, Benson Price.
Hey, all in the top 10. That's just the top 10. Amazing stuff. So, yeah, good spread of classes across that top 10 there, Rusty. Well pointed out. Oh, look, what a race. The camera boys have got their work cut out for them tonight.
And who's that? Paul Hardy just really starting to put some pressure on Nev Shields now. Yeah.
Little banged up, that Porsche. Looks like it's seen a little gizzing on the back at some stage.
And
most cars tonight will have, I suspect.
Oh, I'm sure. And just back a shot. That is the recovering
Mitchie Campbell.
So yeah, just working his way through the field.
Also, Ben
up in his 20s. Yeah, so Ben, we call that, Spence, pass, Price, and yeah, look, actually stretched his legs a little bit there. And look, we know how speedy Price has been tonight. So yeah, good effort from Bence to get that Bentley pass as it shoots some flames out of the side. But yes, look, the Bentley well at home here with the umbrella slotted into the door here at Brands Hatch. It's yeah, right at home.
23-2 now for Phil Antoon. He did that the lap before, trying to break.
Oh, McDonald pass Moss. Let's get a replay on this. This is still going on. Let's just let this roll a little bit longer before we get this replay. And Moss back past McDonald. We will sneak back and have a look at what was going on there. Oh, Stu Arrowsmith wanting to have a look. Let's go back. So it was Moss on the inside of McDonald. McDonald didn't want to yield. Arrowsmith trying to get an advantage on that. And then, McDonald a little bit wide. Allows Moss to gain the overlap. And through Arrowsmith, as always.
Arrowsmith on McDonald here now. Turn 2.
Yep.
Back live. Oh, just that inside sausage. We mentioned it earlier on the broadcast.
So easily done. Enright just tucked in behind there, just recovering off a little bit of a slip through T1 a few laps ago. McDonald not looking overly tidy tonight, just getting that car out on the grass a little bit. Super smooth driver. Again, very high racing IQ and multi-championship winner here at ASRNZ, but working for his money. Price on Bence, on Carter. It is on. Bence out in the grass. Can he hold it together? Looks like Price might have just gave him a little bit of space there to just gather that back up and maybe not want to get involved. And then Price
leaving a couple of bigger 11s out of...
some big straps out of that left-hander, that final left-hander, and they're back out on the... Here we go. Across the start finish line. It's a drag race. Bence like, what? I've got nothing here. Lets him go. Carter's just thinking... You guys deal with it. I'm going to just take off here a little bit and just take a breath. But it's still on between Bence and Price here. Bence going, I'm still here, mate. Here we go. Down the hill, into the left-hander. Price.
Looks for the inside.
Price. Bence. Price. Look at it go. Bence has got him.
Great racing.
Wow.
Mitchie, in the last 2 laps, Rusty just rounded up Nev Shields and Damien Jones to get up into P19. So he's still on the move.
Very much in recovery mode. So good work from Mitch Campbell. Very quick tonight. Yes, Rusty, you were going to say very tidy stuff from these boys.
Yeah, great racing from Price and Bence through that sector 1. And it's quite funny, that first sector, isn't it? Because you can over-under quite easily on turn 1. However, you can stick it around the outside at turn 2 and hold position. Then you're on the inside for turn 3. And so, yeah, great racing from both drivers. Really well done.
And it's not over, boys.
Price is going to have another look here. It just gets a little bit too much curb. Unsettles the BMW slightly. The Beamer looks very good coming out this last turn here. Let's see if it repeats. He has had a really
Okay.
nice run on him the last couple
Just a
of laps.
quick change of tact, and it was Aerosmith on McDonald, and they're round. There's contact. We'll pick up on a replay
that's
of that.
big. Oh, that's huge.
So McDonald not looking overly speedy here tonight. Aerosmith with an overlap, just in a really awkward part of the track there. Both cars around. So unfortunate for those boys as they regather. Aerosmith already back out on track.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Still close at the top. I sort of just trying to keep an eye on Antoon, Chan and Rees. And man, they are just smashing the times. Chan now with the fastest lap of the race. They've all had their go at being the fast guy. Each one of the top three has had the fastest lap of the race. It's now owned by Vic Chan on a 23.212.
So it's back to Vic Chan. But look, I know this is not a good big top speed track, but what sort of top speeds are we getting here, boys? Have we got that data for the viewers?
Yeah, it's the high 40s, isn't it? High 40s.
Yeah, 249. Jason Benson, the Bentley. And
Really?
I was talking to Rusty at the start of the broadcast off camera, and I said to him, tonight is a night where we're likely, the Honda, which isn't renowned known for its high top speed, but does make great corner speed. The gap, not so much. I mean, Antoon 242. This is the fastest car out there, which is Jason Benson, the Bentley at 249.
There you go. That looks like Van der Venter off the track, just re-entering nice and safely too there. He was very aware that Aerosmith and Huddy were coming through there. Look, had to get that car back on track. Both those boys giving him a little bit of space, but very disciplined stuff there from all involved as Van der Venter regains the track. Mitch Campbell also passed Danny Kim, puts himself in 14th. So you look, quick recovery from Mitch Campbell. McDonald back down into 24th after that little exchange with Stu Aerosmith. Aerosmith currently running in 19th and looking to put some pressure on Huddy. So very much in recovery mode again. We've talked about Aerosmith's pace tonight. Really just hasn't made it work though. So you look, he would be very frustrated. So fires it down
up the inside.
Gets it
up
done
into
on Huddy.
30s. Yep.
So very nice work. Chan, though, now really got the headlights ablaze and is tucked up underneath the Honda of Antoon. So this is probably the closest we've seen the Bentley to the Honda since the green flags dropped pretty well. So, and Price coming with, look how close these boys are
Rees.
now.
Yep.
Should I say Rees coming with. But yeah, look, these guys probably the closest they've been since the opening laps of the race, guys. So Aerosmith just
little mistake from Chan, just understeers a little bit.
And and the gap shows immediately. Shields actually dropping a position to Aerosmith and Huddy as well. Next in line will be Van der Venter looking to take Shields. So Shields just going backwards there a little bit, maybe with a little bit of a mistake in the 770 McLaren. Boys, it is on. We've got 9.5 minutes to go. Wow, what a night of racing so far. Vic Chan, Phil Antoon, Vic Chan and Steve Rees, first, second, third respectively at the moment. These guys have been inseparable. You could throw a blanket over these cars since the green flag dropped, and it continues.
Yeah, at the pace they're running, it's probably absolutely about track position, and Phil Antoon ×3 did a great job tonight to put that Honda, that Duff Beer Honda, on the front row and just basically control it. And I mean, by controlling it, he's still got to go out there and run 23.2s to try and do it, because Vic Chan and Steve Rees are lining up behind him. However, so similar is the pace of these cars, 23.6, 23.9.
John Carter in the pits, guys. I'm not sure what happened there. John Carter has pitted from around P7.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just ahead of Riley Price just before, so, and he looked good, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Looked like a quick splash and dash, possibly there.
Interesting.
Carson and Dayton, this little Carson-Dayton battle has been
going. I've been watching it.
Yeah. Now they've actually, have they caught up to Bence, or has Bence come back to them? So Bent's just, you know, maybe not finding his groove here at the back end of the race. And look, although made some excellent gains, now running in 7th position, yeah, look, he's got plenty to think about for the next 7.5 odd minutes as this race winds down. It is race 3. We are at Brands Hatch. It's round 1 at ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. It's proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and with the help of the good people at Race Command, providing us all our technical support to bring you this goodness on the internet tonight. Please hit the like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We are going to give away stuff at the end of the night tonight after the race, so stick around, boys. Plenty to go.
Starting to work their way through traffic now, boys, is going to play a factor with just over 7 minutes to go. Also, just an update on John Carter after that impromptu pit stop. Just came out just behind Damien Jones and in front of Paul Huddy. So it's P17 for John Carter, which was effectively P6. P7, so yeah.
I suspect it was a splash and dash, and it might have been not adjusting up the fuel load from the 20-minute race to the 30-minute race, I suspect. Because if you look at it with 8 minutes to go, that looks to me like enough fuel for 20 minutes plus 1 lap.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Good, well spotted. Bence and Carson, Dayton, should I say, still going at it. This will run down to the wire. Bence will have to stay focused here. Look, we've mentioned Bence a couple of times tonight, not only because he is showing a clean set of heels, but new to ACC, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is coming.
He's in trouble here, though.
Oh, he's very wide. He's still got the inside there. Dayton got nowhere to go here.
Yeah, but we've seen the outside line work here.
Here we go. Oh, who's in behind? Cartho.
That's Cartho.
Gee, that Bentley's just got so much under the hood down the straight.
Oh, no. Cartho's through as well. So he's just gone, I want a bit of that. And Bence is just like, oh my God.
Cartho's challenging Dayton here.
What an introduction to ACC and to ASRNZ. Welcome aboard, Jason Bence. Reese.
Welcome addition to the grid. A lot of welcome additions to the grid. A lot of new faces this year. A lot of people driving with us for the first time here at ASRNZ. And if you are watching the broadcast and sitting at home wondering, should I, don't think, just do.
Just do.
Sign up, get on the list.
And look, we've been calling how the battles in the Pro-Am Series and the Am Series have just returned right back. This is round 1. These guys are back at it again. There's championships within the championship. And these guys know it. They know where their race is, and they race it very, very well and fiercely throughout the series. So we definitely keep everybody up to date about what's going on there. As
sense
these leaders
urgency at the front, boys. Sense of urgency from Steve Rees that previous lap. He really started attacking Vic Chan. Now really starting to let the brake pedal go a little bit late in the phase there and ranged right up, and Vic's responded to it now. He's starting to put a lot of pressure back on Philly too.
Yeah, so look, less than 5 minutes to go. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen. There's not a lot of time left in this race. I would suspect we are looking at first, second, third, respectively, as they sit here. These guys rarely make mistakes, boys, do they? And without, like a major situation or even the slightest situation, I can't see any positional changes here. Down through the field, however.
Fine margins at the top.
Yeah, there is. But we will watch it closely because we are winding down there. This is the closest battle.
Oh, 10. Super wide.
Ooh, and which just as we are speaking, he's very sideways. And there's the mistake we were talking about. Chan's got to focus here.
Yeah, and
stop looking at his mirrors.
The lap before with Carson and co with Bence about how well that outside line works out of when you basically come out of Surtees and you run down Pilgrim's Drop to the final corner. If you can get the car on the outside, you will have rights to the right hand of the final turn, and I think that's what Steve Rees will be thinking.
Rees literally, he had to get out of that. He had nowhere to go. The Bentley all crossed up across the track there. as Vic Chan gathered that up, so wasn't
Is
able
the big boat
to
lead
get
running
any
into
overlap.
tide trouble, Davo?
I think it is. It's starting to look a little bit slippery.
It's looking vulnerable, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, but then you get in the dirty air. You're following so
Oh,
close, Steve Reed.
oh, Reed with a mistake out of Surtees, is it there, J-Man? Heading
Yeah,
down
mate,
towards
yep.
Pilgrims here under the bridge, and so a little bit of a gap in it, and a sigh of relief, no doubt, from Vic Chan there, as Antoon just goes, thanks for coming, boys. 2.5 minutes to go. I've got this. We've
Ben's
got
now starting to apply a bit of pressure back on Caster as well, late in the
As
piece.
well.
So no such trouble for his tyres.
Campbell past Moss in the background as well, ladies and gentlemen. So Campbell still moving forward in 12th position as we speak. Good recovery. Might sneak that car into the top 10 yet, I'm not sure. But Bent's in a little bit of clear air now. But Mossy just wanted to tag back onto the back of Campbell's car there. I don't think Mossy's got the pace for Campbell. But you look, two of the closest cars on track as we speak. We're winding down under 2 minutes
Huddy
to go.
dropping. Huddy on the inside of, I believe it's Druids. Stranded on the curb.
Oh, look out.
Escapes back to pit.
See if we can pick up a replay on what happened there. That looks like a hardware failure. That car has stopped. I suspect that car's run out of fuel.
Yeah.
So unfortunate there for Huddy.
It's just coasting the curb, hasn't it?
Yep, and he's pulled that up, and back to pits for that car. Jordan Moss struggling to keep the pace of Campbell's car there. Campbell in that Ferrari, super quick tonight. He will be kicking himself for that. Yeah, he'll be kicking himself for that little mistake there, incurring a drive-through in the early stage of the race there. McDonald very close to the back of Jones in the OG ASRNZ car. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a drag race here. He's got that. Sharks just moving over, allowing that pass to happen. McDonald in 17th.
Benson Carson. They're still at it.
Bence and Carson. As we wind down, we're under a minute to go. The leader is going to hit the final lap anytime soon now.
And look at this, Chan really, really close. One more run at it. This will be the final lap.
Vic's just done the fastest lap of the race to a 23.
Oh, look. Hey, tyre trouble? Meh.
No, 23.2 is the fastest lap. Fastest lap of those front runners for sure, Rusty.
Yeah. So, very, very nice. Last lap for Chan was a 23.89, but yeah, look, still staying very focused. What a battle! Since the green flag dropped, these guys have been inseparable. Like I mentioned, you can throw a blanket over these bloody cars for the whole 30 minutes. No mucking around. Some little mistakes creeping into Chan's race in the last lap or so, but really still staying very, very focused there, boys.
Oh, how fast are they through that up
the
through,
Bentley's quick at the back here, isn't it?
Hawthorns and then Dingle Dow dropping down and then into Sheen. They're so quick down through the section. Look how close Vic Chan is here.
Yeah, I think it's like the gear ratio in the Bentley or something. It just suits kind of medium straight.
Yeah, it suits it, doesn't it?
They are going to cover. They're going to come across the line, and it will be 0.3 of a second. At the high end.
Look at these guys. Nearly contact between all three of them there into the final corner there. Look at this. Look, round of applause to these three drivers here. Bill Antoon, Vic Chan, Steve Reese. Man, what a masterclass, boys.
Beautiful stuff. T-Fam coming around.
Oh, look, yeah, not taking anything away from T-Fam and Shane Fudderdo. Riley Price rounding the final corner as well for 6th position. Matty Dayton in not that far back. Carso and this battle between Carso and Benz and
Macrolos.
Macrolos just tucked in there as well. Next is a recovering Brad Robinson. No, not a recovering Brad Robinson, should I say.
Yeah,
Brad Robinson. Recovering Mitch Campbell. Yeah, solid Brad Robinson recovering Mitch Campbell. Nice work. Geordie Moss after that. Danny Kim, Aaron Smith, Carter, McDonald. Grounding the final left-hander in what was a great race 3 here on a nice dry track here. race.
Sorry, Davo. Rusty, I was wondering if you could do the honours of just keeping some members at bay there upstairs, just making sure they don't
Copy
run
that.
away. Thank you, buddy. And I will grab
Neville Shields, Phil Turner, Steve Melling still on track. Steve Melling and Phil Turner very close, J-Man. A lot going on all the way to the end, as we would expect here at ASRNZ, but a massive field. Huge round one here at Brands Hatch for ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2. J-Man, who have we got first up?
so we'll probably look to just go for the overall round winner here for an interview, and we will grab cometh the man, the myth, the legend. Mav, you got us on comms.
G'day guys, how you going?
Mate, I tell you what, edge of your seat stuff, especially you boys on that last lap. But hey, look, massive congrats and kudos to what was a very successful first round for you here in mixed bag conditions. The Honda looked particularly good in the dry, and look, had enough in the in the wet, and then had enough in the dry. But a very close race, Mav. You would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, after the wet races, I enjoyed the close battles there. So yeah, it was a bit lonely out in the rain, but I think the Bentley was hooked up pretty well. And I just thought, you know, I'll keep those guys nice and close and see if they get any track carts or something goes wrong. Bit diabolical, but
Yeah.
but
look,
nothing.
Genius.
Yeah, look, you got some TV time, mate. You know, quite often we'll have a yarn to you at the end of the night, and we'll be like, "Oh, look, mate, you were clearly racing off on another postcode." But Reese and Chan up to the task in the dry. However, the rain, a different story. Yeah, that Honda really hooked up, and mate, fantastic result. I've been looking forward to seeing the big guns go at it, and we weren't deprived of the battle tonight. It was really on. Some good qualifying laps too. In the three sessions, obviously you went for the 3-peat. You clean swept the round, but also in the race too. All three of you were trading the fastest lap of the race multiple times throughout that 30-minute feature there. So yeah, good
Nice
stuff,
work.
mate. Yeah, 100%.
Thanks,
Looking
guys.
forward to you doing this week out with your fellow competitors, Mav. Well done.
Yeah, thanks guys. Likewise, look forward to it.
Nice work.
Cool. Awesome stuff. So
Phil-
that is Mav, aka Phil Antoon.
Phil Antoon, ladies and gentlemen. Who we got next there, Jamie?
So I think probably straight off the bat we could probably grab Steve Rees down and have a quick chat to Steve. He was obviously in amongst it all night, very consistent. We haven't had the abacus out, but I would think mathematically that Steve would be well on the hunt for second overall in the round. Rusty, you'd probably agree, would you?
Not sure. With Matty T dropping out for the last race,
Yeah.
potentially. Steve, I think you finished like maybe P6 or something in one of the races. Is that right? Thereabouts?
4-2-3.
4-2-3. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're up there.
Yep.
Definitely up
Look,
there.
hey, look, nonetheless, we've got you here, and I feel like it's fitting at the moment anyway, Steve, after that last race, mate, because, you know, we know that sometimes the fast guys get deprived of a battle, but you certainly weren't robbed of it tonight with Vic Chan in front of shot, and then Maverick just in front of that, mate. You threw everything at it, especially on that last lap, Steve. That was epic to watch, mate. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely. That was. I think the word epic is it's overused, but not for that.
Not for that one.
That was an absolute cracker. What 6/10 between us when we crossed the line.
Yep. From
Yeah.
flag to flag, mate. You could have thrown a blanket over those cars, mate. And yeah, a masterclass from all three of you guys. We rarely see the top three run in very close succession like that. So nice work.
Yes,
Really enjoyable too, because I hate this track with an absolute passion.
we wouldn't have picked it, but
There you
you know,
go.
as a
And it was
form
wet
guide,
too.
yeah, as a form guide, Steve, you know, a very entertaining coda. We watched you go to battle there for the duration of that race, and then once again tonight, mate. Challenging conditions. I saw you. I think it was race 2. Certainly, yeah, really up against it at the start in those challenging conditions. Plenty of hip and shoulder. A lot of feeling out there tonight, obviously round one, but I thought you handled yourself beautifully and yeah, really bounced back in that last race to run with those two front boys and got the challenge that I'm sure you're always looking for, mate. So looking forward to seeing what you've got this season. It's going to be a good 10 rounds and always appreciate you having a chat with us too, pal.
Cheers, guys. No more wet stuff, hopefully, because it's a dump truck in the wet.
You're a
so-
pro, mate. You're supposed to be able to handle this. It's fine. You guys are
Yeah,
quick enough.
should be
Don't
right.
worry.
Just
You'll be
yeah.
right.
Well
well
shitty
done, mate.
tracks
Great
anyway.
driving.
Anyway, cheers, guys.
Good
You're
on you,
welcome.
mate.
So
Nice
there you
work,
go,
Steve.
people. That's Steve Rees. So that's a guy that we know his endurance prowess, but mate, he is a very quick operator in the sprint format as well. So well done to him. You guys want to have a chat to anybody else?
I think we need to get Vic up here, just and maybe. Oh no, look.
No.
Oh,
Let's
I forgot, Vic.
let's.
Hey,
Vic,
boys.
what a great
Hello.
battle, mate, in that final race. Obviously a good night all round, but what a great battle on that last one, mate.
Yeah, I was intense. I was sandwiched between Mav and Reese. I couldn't make an error, or the place was gone, so I just tried to put the pressure on Mav, but he did well. It was too quick. Same with Reese, they were quick as.
And it looked like 2 to 3 laps to go. Vic, we saw a couple of mistakes creeping, a fair bit of opposite lock sideways stuff. Was the tyres starting to go?
Yeah, there was that little phase of adjustment, but then it was more me overdriving. Because I wanted to put pressure on Mav, trying to force an error, and instead cost me the errors.
Yeah, cool. Hey, now look, the car looked very, very good in both conditions, but Rusty actually picked up also looked like maybe the gearbox or the gear ratio for that car heading up Pilgrim's Drop.
Round the back end, yeah.
Round the back end, the car looked like it was in a real sweet spot with the power and did it feel that way as well? That maybe that back sector of the track, all the way through those fast rights, dropping back down the hill, Dingle Dell, and then up to Stirling's. I think probably from Surtees up all the way up to Stirling. The car looked very good. Did it feel that way for you at your hands?
Yeah, it was definitely hooked up after coming up that left-hand bend, heading up the hill down the back straight.
Yep.
Then the next couple corners, that's where the Bentley was strongest. But yeah, definitely a good spot.
Yeah, no, good
Well,
stuff.
you are the
mate.
defending champ, mate. So.
It's going to be a tough gig this season.
Good. That's what we want to see, right?
Yeah,
But,
that was enjoyed that race. It's been a while since I've had a hard race like that.
Fantastic effort, mate.
As I mentioned to Mr. Rees as well, this is the battle that you front boys, when you're in certain leagues and communities, you struggle for guys to run with. But I think you've clearly got it this season, Vic, and you mentioned that it is going to be a tough gig. I think you're up to the task, mate. I think it'll be a real arm wrestle for what we saw on the podium here tonight. I think it's going to go on for the duration of this one.
We still got Ethan and Jamie to come along. So
we do. There's more class to come yet, Rick. So
yeah, they're currently at the Motorsport Australia thing at Melbourne. So they qualified for that.
The esport, awesome stuff. So we're in good company here, aren't we, Vic? When everyone's on the grid. So awesome stuff. Great race, race 3. Stellar to watch. You'll love watching that one back. But hang around, mate, because we've got giveaways this season. So stay in the Discord and tune into the back end of the stream here, mate. So
cool. Cheers. I will.
Okay, thanks, Vic. Cheers, matey. All right, Rusty. Okay, Davo. I guess this is the time of the night when, basically we'll hand it back to Davo. And this is something cool. This is something new. And viewers, I hope you enjoy this. And same with the drivers. Hopefully you all tuned in.
Yes, definitely. Look, and we will thank again ASRNZ for bringing their 2024 GT3 Series 2 to us. It's once again, this season proudly brought to you and broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment and the good people at Race Command. But what has changed this season is there is some giveaways We will be randomly giving away gift cards at the end of each race for guys that are in attendance on the night. And round 10 in this 10-round series, we will be giving away a Stream Deck randomly. Again, it's not performance-based, okay? So you don't have to be the winner. At the end of the night, it will be a spin of the wheel, and we will be giving away a Stream Deck to attach to your rig, or another Stream Deck to attach to a rig if you've already got one. But tonight, what we're going to do is
One for each hand, mate. Don't worry about it.
well,
All
that's
good.
right. You know, who needs to hang
Steer
on to
with
the
your
steering wheel?
knees.
That's right. But tonight we're going to give away something different, and we normally do a photo shoot on the first round or the shakedown of the season. But tonight we're actually going to give away a little prize for the best skinned car that has been submitted for the series. We have just hopefully I've got my ducks in a row here, but you should see on screen now the 4 finalists that so this is chosen by the comms team. So the comms team visually went through, oh God, how many entries were there? There was about 35 bloody cars to go through. So there's a couple.
Can't see it yet, Davo, so I'm not sure whether you got to click it. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go. Here we go.
There's a couple of hours out of our life that we won't get back, but it was well worth it because there's some stellar paint jobs out there tonight, and these guys, some very talented skinners, and so we really wanted to celebrate that by giving away $100 for the best skinned car in the series here tonight. There you can see scrolling through were the 4 finalists there: John McDonald's Warbird, Mitchy Campbell's OES car, the V-powered car, and Vic Turner we just talked to in the Boatley. And look, without any further ado, we are going to announce the winner, ladies and gentlemen. I wish we had a drum roll here, but we are going to announce right now. Congratulations, Vic Chan in the OES MatchFit Boatley for winning the best livery comp here at ASRNZ. First cab off the rank in this competition. I can see this coming in the future series, but yeah, for a stellar job on this Bentley, a proper looking race car, good use of the official logos, obviously the MatchFit and the Race Command logos, but stellar paint job. Look, the more I looked at this car as we put this artwork together for the stream, the more I liked it. Some of the detail that the painter has put into this car is amazing. Can we get Vic actually just back here, just guys, just quickly, and just
we'll
give him
bring him
a
down.
virtual pat on the back?
Congratulations, Vic. So
Thanks, guys.
if you're not aware, if you weren't watching the stream, you are the inaugural winner of the best skin for the season, mate. We deliberated over a fair amount of time last night.
Yes.
And obviously you saw the 4 finalists, John McDonald, Mitchy Haas, Mitchy Campbell, and yourself. And then it came down to what was in the end, you know, I wouldn't say easy, but it was a decision that we both agreed on that, you know, there's a lot of factors that went into this, Vic, and I'm sure you can appreciate being the painter of this car yourself.
Did you paint this car, Vic, actually, just quickly?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, stellar.
So little things. So, you know, things that we were looking for was product placement, obviously the MatchFit, the race control, the uniqueness of using the formatted colours of those brands. We thought the pinstriping, the placement, all the little things as you're seeing on the visuals there, the front wing plates in the red, the ASRNZ, the black fascia on the back. There was just so many things that screamed that pulled this one to the front.
And the big MatchFit sticker on the roof, bro.
Yeah, that helped. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But,
yeah, I was like to win that. I actually thought maybe Slambo would have won with that one, even though I made it too. But I like his livery. more
Yeah.
than mine.
No, look, it ticked a lot of boxes, mate, and stellar job, and you as the creator, because I'm sure quite a lot of these cars are painted by someone else, and you know, they would have to share this prize with the guys that painted it, but you actually painted this car, so look, yeah, big pat on the back, mate. Yeah,
Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
I'll throw it
congrats.
back into ASRNZ anyway. So
Yeah, you're a legend, mate.
happy to
It's
contribute
yeah,
to it.
well done. It probably one of the things that that came to mind when we finalised on this one was I think we just thought true race car. You know, it was very much you know, it's
proper.
synonymous of what looks like a proper race car.
Yeah,
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 So
happy to represent you this season.
yeah,
nice.
no, that's awesome, mate. We
Ni-
appreciate you. Look, we'll leave you there with it, mate, and enjoy that one because you earned it. And yeah, awesome stuff, Vic. Thank you very much.
the-
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Vic Chan. Winner for the first giveaway here in ASRNZ's 2024 GT3 Series 2, and that was the best livery competition. $100 given away to Vic Chan for what is a stunning looking car. Amazing stuff. We got to thank, obviously, MatchFit Entertainment for bringing the sponsorship and the prizes along and bringing on board these giveaways for the next, what have we got? 8 rounds. And then on
9.
round 10, no, and then round 10, we will be giving away the Stream Deck at the end of the season. So you know, the second Stream Deck for your rig, guys, for those really with those, so just a little bit more simbling for you boys out there. But yeah, it looks, and what a way to kick the season off, boys.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Yep, great night.
Looking
Rusty,
forward.
Davo.
Yeah, bring it on round 2.
Bring on round
we're
2.
Off to South Africa, Kialami, and it's an enduro, and it's a completely different feel, a completely different vibe to what we witnessed tonight. The chaos, the that you get in a super sprint round. We park that next week, and it's all about long-term race plans. Survival. It's a completely different game. So
Yeah, it's survival
looking
for
forward
a
to that.
different
Bring it
reason.
on.
Survival for probably a different reason. Can't see it getting too much rain over in South Africa at Kailami. But there is always the Kailami salami sausage on the second to last corner, which really does sort the boys out sometimes. So we will be looking forward to that. But there's the calendar there, boys. Plenty of racing yet to come. Thanks for MatchFit Entertainment once again for bringing the sponsorship on board and obviously broadcasting live to you tonight. Thanks to Race Command again for all their technical support, bringing this goodness to the internets for your viewing pleasure tonight. Thank you, J-Man and Rusty, for joining me here for round 1 in what was a cracking night of racing. And we will call it a wrap, I think. And see you all next week at Kailami. Same bat time, same bat channel. Don't miss out. There's going to be more giveaways. See you next week.
Bye for now.